Okay, so last time you guys had met up with Minerva, the goddess that sits within the core of the planets, and were given your next mission to save the world and, even to a larger extent, possibly save the plane. As dark forces are moving about the different planes, you have been given the duty of seeking out its origin. Starting off with the latest, well, not latest, the oldest known happenstance of said darkness, you have been transported to the elemental plane of Holy. Thankfully, through the spec of divinity, a lot of the harmful effects of said plane don't really have any correlation to you, though it still has an effect on those of particular alignments. And it's hard to really hide it because it's a almost constant thing. Though you know Joseph's having some issue with the plane, whereas Yuki and Osa are having a wonderful time here, if not for the brightness. Getting to the Holy Plane, you moved through the area that was so bright it was hard to see much more than a few hundred feet in front of you. As your eyes grew accustomed to the light level of said plane, you were able to find the major city Maradorma. Whilst there, you met up with the eldest monk who Minerva asked you to go meet with, and they had a brief discussion with you. Skulksvolts basically explained that they had also had an attack from outsiders. Since outsiders of the evil persuasion normally find it difficult to do much in this plane, they were able to fight back against them. And the denizens of the Holy Plane are just on a minimum and as well as an average, are just generally stronger than material beings. Um, they were able to fight it back and haven't had much of a backlash from it. However, after getting a sparring match, though Joseph did take it a bit too far, um, you were told that the evil presence was still lingering just a short distance away from the major city. Giving you a guides in the form of Vazaka, you moved through the Holy Plane for a longer period of time. And during your travel, as well as your investigations of this area, you've all had the weird sensation as if a bony finger has wormed its way through your ear and into the back of your head and scratched your brain. An itchy feeling has been there ever since, and as the longer you've spent here, the more it feels as if you've forgotten something. Though since you've forgotten it, it's hard to know what you have forgotten, even the genre of the topic. It seems like it's affecting everybody, as they're all having the same sensation that they've forgotten something. Um, and through the use of true seeing and just raw magical knowledge, Iskandar was able to identify that, as well as forgetting something, everyone has been imprinted with knowledge. This knowledge is either taking the place of, or is just overwhelming a certain part of your brain and making it a more difficult task to remember what you've forgotten. However, nothing else has really come of it, aside from a few whispers in your head, or at least just memories that are coming to the surface. Nothing major so far, just bits and pieces. And investigating this cavern within a hillside of the Holy Plain, you were accosted by several elementals, and just recently and more notably, robed figures. They were humanoids, though by the time you were able to see what their forms were, it was hard to identify what they were. You are unsure at this point if they were from the material plane or a different plane that would have humanoids like them. Upon seeing them, a good portion of the party, though good is maybe a bad descriptor, once they got close enough to the robed beings, they felt the need to kill and devour them to gain their knowledge and add it to theirs. It didn't seem like a magical effect, as when Iskandora used an anti-magic field, um, I think it was just Osa that was in it, and then Yuki attacked into it, but they still had that frenzy going on. And when they were defeated, or after some amount of time, it was hard to gather as they kind of coincided, the two people affected by said rage came out of it. However, in the fight, one of the rogue figures was killed, and their clothes kind of shrunk to the floor as if the insides were burning and melting away. One of them tried to escape, though to where you're unsure of. At this point, you can't really ask them. You were able to grapple them down and take off some of the robes around their heads, most notably their hats and the kind of bandage wrappings they have. And you saw that the top part of their head had been removed, showing their skull and portions of their brain being more enlarged than what Iskandar would believe them to normally have. He definitely saw that they had a similar knowledge, though it was encompassing a larger part of their brain, and most likely had driven them mad or changed them to the point that they weren't their original self. Though you can't really tell who was given this knowledge or what the knowledge leads to, and so you deemed it best to let the robed person not be alive anymore, though it was hard to call them alive as their body looked more undead than anything, as a lot of it had melted away or bubbled up and kind of like exploded into portions. And with their death, their body also bubbled and melted away, trying to also find some similarities between the occurrences of these people and what Iskandar has seen before. He pulled out some of the brain matter he had gained in his investigations within the magical wasteland. As soon as he brought the brains out, they started to bubble and melt away, just like the other robed figures. I think his theory led him to believe that it's possibly due to the environment you're currently in, not exactly being a good place for brain matter just to be sitting about. And after that, you went back into the cavern to rest and buff up before continuing onwards, as you were deciding to either buff or go down south. Also, as a reminder, when you first entered this place, you all reached level 21, so I'll just remind you that you do get a hero point still, so if you didn't give you a hero point for 21, do so now. And everyone can also add another hero point to themselves for role-playing of last session. No, Osa is probably not going to get any, because she normally has 3.
I'm actually getting my 3rd hero point.
Ah!
And I'm assuming if you don't have hero points, you get nothing.
Yep, you get big fat nothing because you got a feat. You have 3 feet.
That's fine. Yuki's just got to address the party. I'm assuming this is how it works. Do I still have fast healing 5, yeah?
Yes.
So am I right in thinking I would heal 50 hit points in 1 minute?
Yes.
Then Yuki's got a request if we can just stand around for 5 minutes before walking in.
We can.
I mean, there was time, when you were examining that one guy, some time went by.
Depends how much
like
time.
Right after the fight.
I'm assuming 5 minutes has probably passed then.
5 minutes from the fight? No. When you were doing investigations with that guy, only 2 minutes would have gone by.
Then I'll ask if we can wait 3 minutes.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
The boss shouldn't have a problem with that, and I'm gonna probably just give us heroism before we go any further. That's just the last buff I'll do because it's heavy, but it's quite useful.
Thank you.
What is the fly buff you gave to the party? Was it fly or what?
Fly mass, so it's 60 minutes each.
Speed
Okay.
on that?
It's 20 perfect.
Okay.
Is it not good?
No, it's perfect apparently.
Does mass change it? Mass doesn't say
I-
it changes it, and fly is good maneuverability.
I might be thinking about flight. Apologies then.
Yeah, flight is most likely going to be perfect.
I feel much better now, thank you. I'm ready to proceed when you are.
All right. Let's continue on into this room.
Whoever is holding onto the buffs list, which I think is Jack B, who's assigned to himself, just take 3 minutes off of the timers, and also remove fly from Joseph and just put fly onto the whole party thing.
I am with you. I've just got to do this, so bear with me.
You say you're putting heroism over onto just a normal heroism?
Heroism greater, so that's rounds, isn't it? Actually, thinking about it.
I think it is.
Oh no, it's minutes.
Oh no, it's still minutes.
Yeah. So seeing as I've got that other extension, I'll use 4 charges of extension, so I only have 2 left to double the duration.
You have 2 magic rods for extend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we just picked up 1, didn't we, from the chest, and I already have 1.
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
Yep. So down to 2.
Yeah, for the timing thing, normal heroism is 10 minutes, whereas greater is 1 minute.
All right.
Per level.
Cool. I'll put that in now. So yeah, if everyone just ticks on heroism, because it's just useful.
Greater heroism.
A great heroism even. Need it for them saves.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between greater heroism and just normal heroism? I'm just adding it as a common buff.
Bigger buffs.
It's +4 for the heroism things. You're immune to fear rather than having resistance to it, and you get 20 temp HP.
That gets rid of my fear condition currently, right?
If you have one, you won't have one now, no.
Yeah, like, I've got one from being here just because I don't match up with the alignment.
Yeah, the shaken thing. Yeah, the immunity to fear will just remove that. I'll just say that. There are some things that say that community doesn't remove if you already have something, but yeah, just do it.
Cool. I'm still sickened, but that's better than nothing.
Yeah, so it's heroism for 48 minutes. Great heroism. Alrighty.
Just to double check, haste does not affect fly speed currently, right?
It does. Haste
it
affects
does?
all modes of movement.
Oh, good. Okay.
But since the fly is only 20, it only bring you up to 40.
Yeah, I understand that. Because it can only double it, right?
Yeah, it's plus 30 up to double of the normal.
Cool. I'll take the MP out and we'll crack on.
You have the Ring of Haste or whatever the thing is, yeah, Joseph, because you have always
Yeah.
haste. And yeah, that should work for your fly. I know there are several like boots that give haste-like effects but aren't haste, but I think the thing you have is just straight up haste.
Yeah, I believe it's the speed bracer or whatever it is.
Sounds about right to me. Yeah, speed bracer, auto haste.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Thief, did you check this door?
Not yet. I was waiting for everybody to get in here.
I'll just pop Method's Grace on myself because I'm a greedy boy, but that's it. I'll put that in.
I will go ahead and check the door for traps.
As you look over the door for traps, you don't see anything. However, as you do look over it and listen to it, you do hear a faint humming noise as if a machine is whirring on the other side.
I think I actually hear that. Did you make something?
No.
Okay, that's just my tinnitus then. Okay.
Oh, tinnitus, better put water in your ears.
No?
No, don't do that.
Okay, well then, is the door locked?
There's no keyhole, so you can assume it's not locked, or you can try and open it.
Looks clear. Go ahead and try it.
I will push or pull the door, whichever way it goes.
You push it. Pushing onto the door opens up into a larger room. I'm not on the right page. Give me a second. As you get to the room just after the one that contained the robed individuals, you can see that this one follows a similar design, though it becomes much wider in comparison. The ceiling continues its 20-foot height, though just to the right of the door, the stage right, you can see that there is a rubble pile. From your best guess, it looks to be a pile of books, or maybe some sort of containers that have fallen from whatever shelf they would have been on. few specks of dust can be seen floating up from them. So it's possible that these things came through, but whatever they were on did not. Further to the east, past the rubble pile, you see a large jade statue of a humanoid, though its features are masked within what seems to be like a robe or some sort of clothing, so it's hard to tell what race it belongs to. To the south part of the room is a large shrine with a floating cylindrical rock floating atop it. I don't know why I wrote floating twice. Golden dust flickers around the shrine, though it does not seem to be outwardly harmful. And as you come up to here, the people with seen visibility will see things. And I think the only one with seen visibility is Joseph and Iskandar currently.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those two are going into a surprise round, though I know Osa has something that just lets her go into one.
Yep.
I have those. Also,
Have those what?
the sandals of quick reaction, if that's what you're talking about.
Well,
Good
you can
20.
see it's you're acting in a surprise round anyway.
It just means I get more actions, I think, then.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
You get a standard and a move.
Because I saw them and I was like, I need those.
Do you, though?
And I actually have the Ambusher talent, which lets me do move swift and at standard, so I'm good.
Okay, so the only one who's not acting in surprise is Yuki.
My only weakness.
Surprise rounds. Alright, so coming into here, it's up to Joseph and Iskandar if they want to point it out, but Osa just knows that there's an enemy and she gets to go first,
Nah,
probably?
I go last if I'm actually surprised.
Oh yeah, you would be
But
surprised.
if they're hiding and I get a perception and I fail the perception, I can still act. I'm just last on the first round. I just haven't to roll a 20 for this one.
What is your bonus to perception?
Almost as good as Joseph's.
Perception.
Like 40s.
I find it. My currently with the buffs, it's 38. Minus 2 if it's like vision or hearing based.
Okay, so you could roll perception to see if you actually see it then.
Oh.
No, you don't see it.
Alright.
So you will indeed go last.
Yep.
So in that case, it goes to the creature first. Iskandar and Joseph, you can of course warn your allies, but Yuki's too busy pouting about to know anything. However, you can identify it. It's definitely a dragon. It's hard to mistake that. It is a Knowledge Arcana.
Just get 2 then. Damn.
Joseph being actually useful in a knowledge check for once.
You are useful, Joseph. You always have been.
Alrighty, you can identify this as a ancient silver dragon. The scales of the ancient, elegant dragon shine like polished silver, and its tail has a feathered appearance. You can learn 10 traits.
Extended lever.
It's certainly going to be an extended lever for some time. Give me one moment as I work my way through those. One, two, three, four, five.
Just remember your 10-page cue, guys, because I know that sometimes we forget. Because I did just now.
For heroism?
Yeah, great heroism. Which is 20.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. Its weakest save is a reflex. It is weak to shadow. It is immune to holy, paralysis, and sleep. It has dogmatic disordance, that if good or evil creatures attack it, they take a -2 penalty against saving throws against its effects. Actually, no, not attacking it, just whenever you save against its stuff. It has Dragon Force, where it adds a third of its cast level to its attack, to its damage, as well as any healing it can do for its spells. This also applies to its melees. It has level $holy, where anyone of a prime number takes 20d8 holy damage and is dazzled with 2d4 rounds. There is no save for that, you just need to be a prime number, and nobody here is. Everyone's a 21. Paralyzing Breath shoots out a cone unless you make a fortitude save, you're paralyzed. It has Spirit Blades, where it can bring out 6 blades that it can designate to attack creatures with either a standard action for 1 or a full attack action for all of them, at which point they continue to attack you until you destroy them through specific spells. It has no resistances, and its DR type is only overcome by magic. It is currently invisible, so anyone that can really... so Osa and Yuki cannot see it, though Joseph and Iskandar can, of course, point out squares, and since it's gargantuan, it is kind of hard to not hit the square it's in. Starting off is going to be said dragon, who is going to, surprise, surprise, pull up said blades. Need a very thick image for these. Is this good enough? That's good enough. He's just going to call him up there because it doesn't really matter too much for that. And it is also going to use a swift action. And its swift action is to cast a spell. Take out that. Okay, as it uses its swift action to cast a spell, Joseph, you can no longer see the dragon as your see invisibility is dispelled.
Okay. No save or anything?
It's a spell check.
Okay.
Iskandar, you count as 22 for your spells through cast level?
24.
24? Yeah, still get it. Alright, it'll then go to Joseph. You still have your surprise... Well, no, yes, Joseph. Still get your surprise down, you just can't see it now.
Alright, I'm gonna... I didn't hear it move or anything like that, right?
You didn't hear it move, no.
Okay, I'm going to activate my new dark side ability.
Just to remind you, when you're in dark side, you cannot heal aside from your own abilities. I think it does it note only Dark Knight abilities, or is it just any ability you have?
Any class abilities that I have, I can't use items or outside spells from other people to heal currently.
It means all healing effects other than from his own abilities or spells. And character abilities from other classes. Okay. In that case, actually, no, you don't get healing from this plane anyway. That's a non-issue. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Okay. So that was my swift action. I'm sure that this thing can absolutely attack way before I get there.
It is
but-
gargantuan.
Yeah. I'm going to be on the ground to move, and I am going to try... How far away am I? I'm going to move a little bit and then try to tumble up to it and see if I can get it done. So I'm going to move like 15 feet, and then I will try to tumble up to it.
You can tumble at full speed, can't you?
It's half speed.
Alright, but you have haste, so yeah, you're fine. As long as you
Yeah.
succeed. No, I don't hit you. But then
Right,
you can
which I'm-
still continue anyway.
Probably not going to succeed, but we'll see what happens.
It's just 44, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Dragon will indeed attack to you. It will bite down you for 33 and 9 holy.
Should have put on Holy Resistance.
The ring is still active, so you take half.
That's only from... Is that all damage, or is that...
It's all hit point damage.
Okay. So I take... Instead of 42, I'll take 21.
Yeah. Take 21 each.
Yep.
Do I still make it up to the dragon?
Yeah, you still make it up to it.
Alright, I'm going to make one attack. I hope that hits, but it's probably not gonna.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
You attempt to attack the dragon, however, you don't draw any blood. Or, yeah, dragons have blood. You don't draw anything on your blade, even though the blood will also be invisible, but you didn't harm it. You know you didn't harm it.
Okay. Did you roll
For a blind fighting.
mischance? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's
Did I feel my blade hit something, or did I not?
you really want to get technical with it. No, you did not feel your blade hit anything.
Okay.
Iskandor, you have move and standard because you have the things, whatever, yeah?
Yeah. My concern is that Sphere of Annihilation and Disintegrate don't exist in FFD, so I can't do anything about those blades.
They may have different names, but that's probably just something I need to bring up with for the scene.
Yeah, I mean, they might have different names, it's just a case of, I don't know what it would be. So, move and standard. I can't see the dragon from here, so I guess I'm going to have to move in anyway. Okay. So that's like 10 foot. I take it this rubble is difficult terrain here.
It's difficult terrain, however, it doesn't block anything. It's not tall enough.
Okay, so I could move over it if need be.
You can move over it, it's just half speed, but you're flying, so no real mind for that.
True. I was walking in all honesty at the moment because it's faster.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yep, I can make it over there with my speed, which is 50. And could I dispel those swords with an area spell, or is that not possible?
They aren't a spell. Let me double check the wording on it. Or rather, the wording on Supernatural, because I'm pretty sure I made a table for this. Dispel, Supernatural, no.
Okay, so I can't really do anything about those swords, unfortunately.
Anti-magic field. I'll just double check for anti-magic field, because that should do it. An anti-magic field would suppress them, but
so
you won't be doing that.
Walk over there and do that. Okay. And those swords hit. They actually hit you, don't they? They're a touch attack. I'm pretty sure.
They're under your touch attacks, yeah.
In that case, I will just cast Protectra on everyone. So that's +8 deflection. I'll roll it in case anyone needs it. 20 feet, I think that should get everyone.
Is it a aura? Is it a area, not a selection?
It's a burst, but people are too far away actually, so forget that.
Yeah.
I'll just hit it with something.
Though, as you do move to there, double check. Nope, continue.
Alright.
You say you're using a swift something.
No, I can't use a swift because I only get a move and a standard, don't I? Surprise round.
You still get a swift action in surprise rounds.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Yeah, that's just normal standard. That's just normal surprise round rules. You get standard and a swift, and any freeze you would normally have. It's just you can't do moves or full rounds unless you specifically have something for them.
No. In that case, I will just defensively cast Greater Spell on the dragon.
As a swift?
No, just a standard.
Did you use Protector as a standard?
No, I didn't want to cast it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, because it's the radius
thing. Too far. So I'll just do that. Move defensive cast on the boyo. Concentration is 34. Does he have anything extra to stop that? Or Jimmy's? Can you crit fail concentration?
No.
Nah. Well, yeah, it'd be double 6. So 15, 27. I've got 34, so I could just cast it in all honesty with you.
Yeah.
You could cast Protectra. It's a 20-foot burst with a range of 340.
Oh yeah, good off. I'll do that next time. It'll be fine.
So you're dispelling the dragon, yeah?
I'm dispelling the dragon.
Alright, you need to make a cast level check.
Okie dokie. I will... Do I think to boost that? I think I do. Sorry, this is taking a bit longer than I wasn't trying to think of what to do. Apologies. The sheet's going really slow.
You could just do D20 plus 24 unless you have anything else for cast level checks.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at my surges. Just seeing if there's anything that I can do. Yeah, okay. Swift action, I'll make myself fatigued to increase the cast level up by 2. And that'll be it.
Does the surging as any sort of type bonus for the cast level?
It just says +2 cast level.
Alright, go ahead.
So I won't be fatigued, I'll take that one in a second. And it'll be just +2 to this. So 42.
Well.
Do I need to roll spell pen?
I'm pretty sure the spell does have SR. I'll double check. The spell does not have SR, so no, you're fine.
Alrighty.
Okay. Just double checking his buffs. Okay. You cast a spell on the dragon, and it is no longer invisible, so everybody can see it.
Cool, that's me done for now.
And it goes to Osa's surprise round.
Yeah, because of I only have like a move and a standard, I cannot charge, right? Because that's a full round.
Well, if you're restricted to a single standard, you can charge, just at your base speed. It would be weird if your ability to use a move removed that. I'd say, yeah, you can charge. It just need to do your normal movement speed.
So the short answer is I can anyway because it's too far away from me. That's fine. I am going to rage. Because, yeah, why not? And I'm going to move over here while hovering.
So, double movement.
Yeah, double move over here, yeah.
Okay. And we'll go into the proper turn order, which is Osa's turn.
Alright. Let's do what I do best and full attack this guy. +6 because Joseph is here.
As long as one of those hit, I will go ahead and get my opportunist attack.
Your first weapon and your bite will hit. Though if Joseph gets his hit in, he could lower the AC and possibly the other ones will hit. Joseph does indeed hit.
That's got my +6 in there from Osa, right? Because you get that weapon now.
Yeah, +4 from flanking and +2 because menacing on my weapon.
Okay, Joseph, you indeed hit him this time, and you get plenty of blood. You get both those debilitations, so it's -2 to its AC. Which will mean that Osa's third weapon attack will also hit. What I wouldn't give for bloody outline text. Oh god, I think Roll20 heard me. I scrolled and then everything went white. Alright. Is that everything for you two?
Yep.
Alright. Goes to Mr. Dragon, who no longer bleeds. They are going to cast a spell defensively. And as they do so, a ball of light shoots to the middle of the room. It expands and floats upwards, and then it explodes even into a light even brighter than the plane itself. As everybody needs to make a reflex save, please.
Who does?
Everyone.
This is starting well. I am immune to blind and deafening at the minute because I've got that necklace on. I don't know if that helps.
How about no?
Alright.
Osa has +7, yes? So you'd be...
Yeah.
30... 33?
33, yeah.
I think I'm going to use one of those shiny new hero points to reroll that.
Iskandor wants to reroll... not Iskandor. Joseph, you're rerolling yours, yeah?
Yep. Much better.
Much better indeedy. Alrighty. Osa takes 10 holy damage, Iskandor takes 20, and Iskandor is immune to the other effects, so is Get.
All
Can
right.
you separate out your notes, please?
Yes, I can. That's absolutely fine.
To give it return spaces, do the 2 up arrow things. I don't know what they're called. That. Do 2 of those. I think I can I do it in the chat? Yeah. Do 2 of that for each line of text, and it adds a line break in the power cards.
Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. I'll do that now.
Because yours is just a bunch of text. And... Also, you should have your immunities in your immunities list, so that I just look at the immunities.
I've only just put the... It's because I only put it on at the start of this dungeon. I haven't updated it.
Okay.
I'll put it in now.
The dragon is then going to cast another spell. And it returns to being invisible. So again, only Iskandor can see it.
I smell it.
You can smell it. It's adjacent to you. You know it's still there.
Yeah. So we know what type of invisibility it is.
I mean, technically you can't smell it because there's no atmosphere in here, but you know it's there. I mean, you can hear it. The spell doesn't stop its noise.
I know there's the variants that stop it from being able to be smelled.
Would be the plane, but you know it's not moved.
I'm sure.
This room isn't
Right.
tall enough for it to fly away, is it?
No. Its head is pretty much grating against the ceiling.
Okay, good.
It could move through you, but there would be a acrobatics check. Alrighty, goes to Yuki.
So I'm assuming Iskandor and not Joseph anymore, but he could describe where it is, and I can see that Joseph and Osa are just hitting a blank space and clearly must be doing something.
Yeah, I could.
You saw the dragon briefly. It was visible for a moment.
We could just tell you it hasn't moved.
Then I'm gonna buff myself up and come on in. So I'm going to swift action Mako power to give myself increases to my ability scores. And Yuki's gonna move on over, fly on over, I should say, and try and give this thing a good old whack. Is it going to attack me?
You feel no resistance.
Okay. Just, if it does, 20% mischance, because I've got my cloak. And then I'll give it a good old whack.
You indeed hit the creature as you feel your Buster Sword swerving around to go to its space. You do nice damage.
Nice. Tastes rather nice.
Alrighty, is that it from you?
That's it from me.
Joseph.
I'm on a full attack as soon as I click on all of my little attack things.
I am awaiting the wall of text.
You mean more than my wall?
His wall can
Whoa.
take up the entire. There you go.
It's because he uses the default macro.
Okay, give me one memento.
And his AC is lowered by 6, so I might have gotten 2 hits on him. If they even hit.
If you, you need to reapply it.
Well, they are on for right now.
They end at the beginning of your turn.
That makes no sense, because otherwise how would I get any advantage from that at all?
Because if you apply it several times, it lasts longer. And that's how all of the round perfect things work. Though, technically, you had your, you attacked with Opportunist with Osa, so it would go off of Osa's turn for that one.
Okay.
So you would have it. Your first attack will miss. Your second attack will hit. Though, since it has concealment, I'm pretty sure you don't get your sneak attack still. I'd have to check the FIFA's sneak attack. Has target concealment, so no, you do not get your sneak attack.
Does blind fight do anything with that?
I think the greater one does. I'll double check blind fight for you. Base blind fight does not let you do your sneak attack.
Rats.
And then the rest will miss. You got the one attack, though you didn't get any vitals. Is that it?
Yep.
Alrighty. Iskandar.
I'm just thinking of how far. Nah, I can't get all the blades in the anti-magic field there.
I mean, if you get the dragon in the anti-magic fields, I would say they can't control them.
I'm just thinking about what position's best. So if, a technical question, if I anti-magic the dragon, but no one else is swinging into the field, do they still get their magical bonuses? So it's a 10 radius around me.
Yeah. Let me double check anti-magic fields, because I don't know if it is worded to the creature or to the area? Should a creature be larger than the area enclosed by the barrier, any part of it that lies outside the barrier is unaffected by the field. So, depending on where you're standing, it could possibly still cast spells.
It's not the spells I'm worried about, it's more to stop its invisibility so the guys can wail on it.
I mean, if they're going to be attacking the invisible parts, that's still going to be mischance.
It doesn't matter then.
Because it's only affecting the parts of the body. It's like, you would see its head if you were near its head without a magic, by reading the text.
In that case, I'll just prepare a Ruin Row for when it casts the spell. I need to be a bit more sparing with my MP in a minute. That's it for now.
Okay. There goes to Osa, and at which point Joseph's sneak attack stuff will end.
Fine. I'm gonna 5 a step up, and I'm gonna full attack.
The first one hits. Does Joseph need to see the enemy for opportunist?
It just says when an enemy that I'm adjacent to is hit. It doesn't say anything about seeing them.
You can make an attack opportunity against an opponent who has been struck in melee. Attack counts as an attack opportunity for that round. Attack opportunity requires you to be threatening them. You can't see them, so you can't threaten them, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think opportunist would work since you can't threaten them.
And I don't think blind fight changes that.
And I also wouldn't be able to get my flanking bonus in, right?
Correct.
So that would be -6 to all those attack rolls.
Let me just double check invisible, because I'm pretty sure it is correct. You cannot threaten invisible creatures. It's actually through total concealment, not invisibility, and that would have a ruling.
Sorry, I'm back.
You can't execute an opportunity against the opponent with total concealment, even if you know what squares they occupy. So, no, you cannot flank it. And I would say opportunist works the same because it uses attack opportunities. In which case, you say that's -6 to the attack rolls, Osa?
Yep.
Okay, first one still hits. Second will hit. But -6 does not confirm. And the rest will miss. So you got 2 hits. But I think you're a max self anyway, so it doesn't matter if you.
Yeah, but max. So I can't heal my temporary hit points with that.
Alright. It goes to the dragon. The dragon is going to cast a spell. It's just doing defensively, but Jason Condor, do you want to take your ready action?
Do I know which spell it is?
That's a good question. See if you would be able to identify it before it's cast. Let me just double check the spellcraft. Identifying a spell has been cast requires no action. You must be able to see it. Yeah, sure. You could use spellcraft to see what it is before he does it, and then do your rated action.
Yeah, it's just to see if it's like a bait spell or not. So what do you need, spellcraft?
I think your bonus is high enough to identify anything. It is casting Greater Dispel.
Yep, I will be blowing that up. Hopefully.
Blowing that up.
It is on the way. There you go.
That was a lovely little SR roll you got there.
Was it just on the nose?
No, it was just really high.
Hmm.
Okay. So that is 65. I cannot make that concentration, so he will lose the spell.
Do I need to roll reflexes?
Yes. Well, he can shoot it into the head, so the radius won't get to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd aim it away from the pie if I can.
Actually no, it says all adjacent. The sizing gets weird, but since you attack a target that's adjacent, it would still hit your allies.
Ah, shit, okay. Sorry.
So that would deal half damage, but it's reflex for half again.
Okay, so it's not that bad.
How many shields do you need?
5.
Oh, is it 5? Is it 1 for each?
Yeah, they're all different attacks.
Damn, alright.
Alright, Yuki takes nothing. Joseph takes nothing. Osa takes...
Math. That's what she takes.
Half of the half, but she also takes full of the first. So she takes the full of that, and then the others are half of their half. 7, 3 is 3. Oh, no, not double plus. 8's for 4, and then another 3. So Osa takes that damage.
I'll fix you later,
Nothing.
sorry.
Did he even get through the temp HP?
I still have plenty of temp HP.
Oh yeah, so
I have so much temp HP.
Fair enough. Just dinks your fur a little bit.
The dragon is then going to cast another spell.
Can't do much about that, but I can tell you what it is.
Sure you can. Cure free.
Yep. Is this when you cast it on us and we find out we're undead?
Yeah, when your subtype changed, you're also undead. You just don't know it.
Wouldn't put it past you. We have been attacked by skeleton things. Sorry, go on.
The dragon is then going to be shifting about. and is attempting to move. Joseph, Osa, and Yuki, what are your flatfoot CMDs?
Mine's 47.
Mine does not change, so it's 41.
Okay. Then it fails to move. It tries to move through you and you will block it, but since you none threaten him, nothing happens. You just feel it move and you just like push it back.
Shoulder budge.
Yeah. Essentially. Alrighty. Iskandora moves to there, doesn't really matter much. Yuki.
I don't know if this question's been asked or anything yet, but are we flanking? Is Osa doing her pack thing?
No, you can't see it, so you can't threaten it, and you need to threaten to flank and attack opportunity.
That's fine. Just wanted to confirm that. Then I will clap my heels together to give me haste, which I've just got a check. 6 rounds left. And then I'm going to full attack.
God, I miss playing a damage character. God damn.
I think you got 2 hits off, as long as they actually hit.
Your first and your haste will hit.
I rolled so low on all of them. I didn't roll actually over a 10 on any of those.
Ah, boo-hoo! You got a bonus almost the exact double of your level. As you strike into the dragon 2 times, you hear the satisfying noise of metal clanging into scale, and then a very large clump onto the floor. And Iskandora can see that it's dead.
Do those blades over there go away?
No, they stay there. Depends how long you're going to be spending in this room, really.
I'll let them know that it's dead.
Oh, oops, I forgot about something. I forgot to take out my dark side. I'm going to end that now.
Did you take out the payment for Darkside? Though for your level, it's only like 2? Is it 2 or 1?
It's 1 per level of Dark Knight, so I did 3 more rounds, so I need to do -3.
You better not go to Darkside for 100 rounds.
It's dead, isn't it? It's not like unconscious.
Do you want to go up and heal check it?
Sure, why not? I'm pretty sure if I've seen Yuki and Osa and Joseph lay it into it, it's probably dead, but...
Okay.
I've clicked it, sorry.
Okay. I didn't know what your bonus to heal is.
It is...
Okay, yeah.
36.
As you're looking over it, by the time you're kind of like halfway through, as you can notice it is kind of still breathing, but it just bleeds out.
Fuck, I wanted to use the Orbo MP siphoning. Never mind.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what happened, but now my
No,
dark
actually,
side...
no. I forgot. It heals. You can see it has fast healing. It's alive still. It wouldn't bleed out because of fast healing. Fast healing stops that. So you know it's alive and it's probably going to get back up.
In that case, I will use the orb twice and ask someone to coup de grace it.
Right, is it Fortitude save, yeah?
It is. It's probably going to pass it realistically, but I don't know what I'm going to get.
It has a SR check, does it not?
Maybe.
So it just uses the spell, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Is it MP absorb?
I think so. Let me check.
MP absorb does allow for SR, unless the item specifically notes it doesn't. I don't think I
Yep.
did.
Spell resistance, yes. It's Siphon.
Siphon? Alrighty. Roll for SR. It should just be the...
Click the orb first. Let me do the SR. Is it my SR? Or is it the cast level of the object?
It's the cast level of the object, unless you have a class feature that makes you use yours.
No, I don't know what the class... I don't know what the cast level of it is. Is it in there?
Let's have a look, see Word of Sin. It's not in there. Do I have an items handout for this?
It just says as per the spell. It just says spell resistance, yes.
There's lore. Is it in the lore? MP siphoning. CL 13, so D20 plus 13.
I don't think that'll even get through it, to be fair, but there we are. No.
Nope. Use it twice, doesn't work either time, and it's still healing.
Alright, if someone could do the honors.
Give it to the coup de grace, man.
It's dead, Jim.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll just explain it's dead. That's it, really. Do I have any ethers? Maybe. Alright, never mind. Let's inspect this room. I can't imagine this being the issue that the monks were having. I'm surprised the Holy Dragon would attack us in such a way, but then again, it is a... That's a silver dragon, isn't it, that attacked us?
Yes, it was a silver dragon.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a nice creature. I know they're usually good, but it might be different.
You have enough knowledge ranks out to tell you that generally silver dragons are lawful goods, but just because the race is lawful good doesn't mean all of them are. There are fallen angels and there are ascended devils, so...
Also, you could check its ear. It might have knowledge worms inside of it.
Just climb on inside, it's big enough probably.
I feel like that'll take ages though, won't it?
You could probably see through its ear a lot easier than everybody else, because you could probably get your head inside of it. It's not going to take much more time rather than you just flying up to where the head is and inspecting it.
Okay. Well, if you guys are right for me to have a quick look.
I'm gonna look around the room, especially at this glowy thing.
Its control still has true seeing, yeah?
Yes, for the next 16 minutes.
Alrighty. Take a minute off of the timers.
Yep.
And remember, take a minute off that 24-hour timer for mage robes.
24 hours, yeah. Let me,
It's 23 hours and 59 minutes. Yeah, if you inspect the ear canals of the dragon, you can see the speckly mite of some knowledge deep in there. Though it is kind of fading away.
keep going.
It's fading away since it's dead, and you know that the other brains you took out into this place kind of bubbled away.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it looks like even creatures of non-humanoid original types are not immune to this lure of knowledge. I do wonder if it's Hades trying to get back at us for spurning him when we last encountered him. He wanted us to be his heroes.
This is happening everywhere, not just us, though. Would it really be counted as revenge if he was doing it to everyone?
It might be another game of the deities. I'm just concerned about that skeletal finger. I can't really think of anything else powerful enough to do that off the top of my head.
You saying you folk dealt a deal with Hades?
We simply chose not to engage in one. It was during the upheaval of the world.
You technically did have a deal with Hades because you had a deal of exchanging questions.
Oh yeah, we did.
Interesting.
If Joseph looks over that shrine, as far as you can tell looking over it, it doesn't really relate to any material being worship, though there is that floating cylindrical rock.
Does it look like it'd fit in the hole in the door out front?
You know what? You think it might.
I'm gonna grab it.
Alright. You grab the rock and it stops floating and kind of gets a bit weighty in your hand, but it's not too heavy that you can just drop it.
Did you say this statue over here had like a robe over it or something?
The way it's designed is cut so that it looks like it has clothing.
Yuki will inspect it further.
It is a jade statue of a humanoid creature.
Can we identify it if we move the clothing around, or is the clothing not able to be moved around?
The stone has been cut so that stone looks like it's a robe.
Right, okay, got you.
It's not actually wearing clothing. As far as you can tell, it's not the same race as the robed figures you fought earlier, though it is humanoid. It doesn't have any sort of horns or anything.
Does it look like it's made of something valuable, or is it just stone?
It's made out of jade.
Oh, that is kind of expensive.
Though, just to reiterate, whenever I say a material here, it is your best approximation of what it is, because this is from a different plane. It might not be jade if you take it back to your plane.
Can I appraise it?
Yes, you don't know. It's made of a jade adjacent gem.
Okay.
It could be worth something, but you've never sold or seen this sold.
And how big did you say it was?
It's 18 feet tall.
I'm gonna see if I can cut off an arm so I can stuff the arm into the bag of, or not the bag of holding, but the portable hole.
Your Falcar is made of adamantine, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
It'll take a while, I'm sure.
Are you sure that's smart? Start defiling this place.
Oh. It's defiling me on a minute-by-minute basis, so I don't feel bad about it.
I mean, we came here to investigate, not to completely rob it.
It's only one arm.
You don't know its significance.
Fine, I'll leave it alone.
You just hear the comical screeching noise of a tire as Joseph's blade gets really close to the arm.
I see a thief's way never changes.
I don't think I've ever stolen anything.
Well,
Looted,
it's
yes.
taking, yeah, you've taken things off of corpses. That's a form of stealing.
Dead
You've also
things are-
taken many things from chests in places that you don't have property rights to.
That's
Sorry.
tactical appropriation.
Uh-huh.
That's just for my fatigue and heal, that's all.
Well,
Okay.
this place seems to be filled with invisible creatures. And you just see Yuki pop her hand into a portable hole and pull out an ethereal mask. Feel like I might use this.
Yeah, I don't have any more, but I'm about ready to ask Iskandar to put True Seeing on me.
I can only do see invisibility.
What's that?
I can only do see invisibility, and it costs to do it.
Uh,
I can do it though. I'm just.
See, invisibility is personal. Can you change personal spells?
So with status greater, you can cast spells
Oh,
on personal up to 2nd level through them. So I will do that now, in all fairness, if you guys want, because it might help.
Yeah, I'm sure your caster level is way higher than that stupid mask.
It depends how much MP it costs, because you're quickly running low on MP.
I am. That's what I'm saying. Like for the next few fights, I'll have to literally like staff things.
Yuki would just use the ethereal mask that she's got. She doesn't want to see you waste all of your MP because it might be needed later on.
Should have bought more ethers, but it's just a lot of MP.
Can you add that to the buff list just so it's known?
Oh, I see how it is. Now I know where you put it on. I see. Where are we? Oh, yeah. I have 2 Josephs. Yeah, that's fine. We didn't find the actual opening for this door, though, did we? There's an indent we haven't found.
As you say that, Joseph takes that cylindrical rock and tries to slide it into the indent.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix one of my macros.
It's a trap.
I said that's where the Sphere of Annihilation is.
Joseph just disappears in thin air.
Bring up the issue, and now I've broken them. Give me a second. I'm just gonna blame Jester for this because he's the reason I'm trying to fix this macro.
What? What did I do?
You changed your character. My macro is golf of characters.
That's
So
not my fault.
Leonard into Yuki.
Depends what macro it is. If it kills me, I don't want to know.
It's just a macro that means if you don't roll, you're blind. A 6 was found. What's the 6 being found? I think I found it. Try again. Yeah. Okay. You're in the wrong place if you want to be placing the cylindrical key because that's just a wall. There you go. I know it might be a bit hard to tell, but this is a different color.
I should have realized when I didn't see all the yellow fields out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go back to my page. Okay. So returning to this stone wall, though again, stone is just an approximation of the material. It is from a different plane, so you're unsure of what it is. In the center of the wall is a I've put spherical hole. I don't know why I put spherical. It's cylindrical. I blame autocorrect if that's the case. There's a cylindrical hole around 1 foot deep in the center. As far as you can see, there are no other signs of interacting with the wall. Placing said cylindrical stone key inside will make the key jitter and start to spin within the hole. Several parts of the wall start to rotate and move inwards to reveal a small compartment on the wall. There is writing at the top of the compartment, as I will reveal a handout. Written at the top of the compartment is the control mechanism of a board, and underneath the writing there are 3 dials that could be turned to 9 different positions, and each has a different set of letters on the 9 positions. From left to right, you have the options of Y through G, G through O, and E through M. The current letters on the dials is Y, G, E. And then everyone went quiet.
Everyone's
thinking.
thinking.
It's a very, very vague hint, in my opinion, but we'll see what we can figure out.
Unless there's a clue that we're missing.
So there's nothing else apart from this section here.
Depends if there's something else in the other rooms, maybe. But I feel like we already
Yeah.
investigated everything in the rooms.
You did.
Yeah.
And I like how this is called Door Puzzle 1. It means there's more puzzles.
There's more door puzzles.
I'll call it Door Puzzle Alpha next time.
And there's no like
There's no Y in the second
No,
letters
yeah,
yet.
it doesn't work. Never mind.
no hints. Okay.
Well, if you do get stuck, I do have some hints I can give.
Hang on, I feel like I figured.
I should
Is
know
it
there was
that?
anything originally.
I was thinking that too.
Well, that's pretty good.
I will try and move it to cog.
Oh, the control mechanism of a board.
That's my
so
thoughts.
You're moving the letters to spell out cog.
Correct.
Did Entro try I?
He can't. There's no Y in the second bit.
I mean, did he still try? I want to
True.
see if the others just see him try and look for a Y, but it's not there.
Just
No, I
flicking
had
through
the
the
idea,
second.
and then I would have looked for the letter. So I was looking at the
They went-
letters, but I
Put the
got
E,
them
then
wrong.
scroll through the middle part like twice. Wait, there's no Y in there.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you can have to scroll through the dials anyway to see all the letters. But yeah, there's no Y for I. And if Yuki tries cog, nothing happens.
Hmm.
Did we look at everything in all of the rooms?
Yes. Just to save you the trouble of searching for it, the door is self-contained as a puzzle.
The door itself says what?
The door is self-contained as a puzzle. Nothing outside of the door would help.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Does Joseph try aim?
That's what I was attempting to do, yeah.
Alright, moving it to aim, nothing happens. Is Osa trying die?
Yeah.
Okay. As Osa moves it to die, the wall will shudder violently as the entire wall starts to descend into the floor, revealing more of the hallway ahead.
Nice.
Look at it.
Ah, so you're the brainy one of the group. Yuki would just raise an eyebrow to his candle.
Well, we all have our moments.
But yeah, it's a vague, kind of relating to otherworldly sense of the answer is a die relating to dice that are rolled in tabletop board games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's where I got it from.
Tapes!
Where'd you get tape from?
Yeah, but did you go to the fennel and pick up a tape recorder?
Yeah.
The floor continues on in its darkened design up until another wall, and said wall has a similarly looking cylindrical hole. There are two metallic doors to the north and another two to the south.
I love these puzzles.
I was going to say, are they the same? Or are they like the other doors?
I I mean, they're metallic doors with no keyholes. You could say they look the same.
No, I mean, sorry, I mean, like, do they have individual puzzles? Or are you talking, like, the doors previously? Where you just open them?
You talking to Yuki or me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I'm just having a brain fart.
I agree.
So there's no like gaps or anything like that I could try to peer through into the next room up here, is there?
Correct.
You kind of just have to open the door and find out.
Yep.
Okay, I'll just shove the door open. Or pull it open, whichever.
It's push.
Trap Boy didn't check for traps. What?
Nope.
Trap Boy went Death Wish.
Pushing the door open will lead you into a small room. In front of you is a lovely designed carpet, and you can see another carpet on the other side. However, on the opposite wall, you see a red circle light up as an eye opens. A small green orb forms and shoots into your hallway, as everyone needs to make a reflex save as the hallway explodes.
I rolled it, but nothing came up. The macro's broken.
Someone broke the power cards.
I blame Napaz because he just edited one.
There is a possible loop detected shutting down. I mean, I didn't press anything. I gotta keep breaking my APIs. So most of them trying to explode you all. Alright, sup again.
There it is.
Pressed it.
I pressed it.
Oh, only 2 got through.
I'll just do it for the sheet.
Well, the
Hey.
API hasn't said it's broken.
I guess just press it
Maybe.
again.
I wonder if it's Iskandor's. I think he changed some stuff in his macro.
You don't
didn't he?
need to have the up arrows on both ends, just the beginning.
Ah,
Like Osa's got. Why couldn't you just be like more like G?
I wouldn't be the only one.
Alrighty. Take it we're sticking with all of these.
mhm.
Okay. As the corridor explodes, apparently Yuki and Joseph just jump straight into their purple holes and ignore everything because there's no room in this corridor to hide. But Iskandar and Osa do take a good amount of damage, and Osa probably is happy that Iskandar is getting a taste of his own medicine. As Iskandar receives 126 non-elemental damage, and Osa takes 63.
Is it hate Iskandor today? Day today, or what? What's happening?
I mean, I don't decide how your dice roll.
Oh dear. Ow.
Was that a spell?
That was Ultima.
Yeah, Iskandar can just tell you that was Ultima.
Why are you casting Ultima in a hallway, Iskandar?
Well, it wasn't me. It was whatever trap you set off opened when that door came through.
Like I said, Trap Boy is wishing for a Death Wish.
Yeah, the power cards are broken.
Were you trying to bluff?
I'm not saying anything's broken on my side.
No, I
It's
was
perceptioning.
trying to do another perception. Yeah, I'm always looking for traps, though. Like I don't have to.
Yeah, he is trap
constant-
spotter. That's my
Yeah, true.
my perception macro has that. though he wouldn't have seen it because this is a visual trap, and the trap is over here, which is 40 feet away. Maybe 35, but that's outside 10 foot. Yeah, for some reason, it doesn't say API is broken, but apparently it just is. I'll reset it again.
Okay. I'm gonna just move it.
Hey, they're working again now.
Yes, they are.
That is for Osa.
Lovely
Thanks,
SR right there.
Yeah, thanks for that. Damn you, game. And I'll just field cure myself.
Moving into the room, you can see that the metallic door on the right pretty much just leads to the same place. At which point, everyone can roll a perception.
Might as well just take the one I did earlier.
Okay, all of the 50s, apparently. Okay, yeah, everyone can notice that this room, similar to the other ones, is only partially formed into this cavern. It seems like the walls are a lot more rough rather than hewn, so it doesn't seem like the entirety of this room was formed into this mountain.
So there's parts missing of it, sorry.
It's only a portion of what the room is actually here.
Okay.
And we don't know what plane these rooms and things are coming from, do we? Have we tried to figure that out?
You don't know where they are from, and you've not really found any real identifiers for which plane they come from. You know they don't come from the material plane because they have languages and designs that aren't material plane-like, though they are not from the holy plane because they are physical objects that aren't made of light.
Right.
Also, before we go anywhere, I'm going to put Moment of Greatness on everyone, because that's arcane points, and I don't need MP for that, so that's fine.
What does that do?
It's the one where you can add it to a save, or an attack, or what have you.
Oh, okay.
So
It's just the one, isn't it?
So you get 4 in total, but you have to decide to use it before you roll the dice, and you only get, it's got charges basically. So I can put the spell out if you want for everyone to read. Grant Destiny. It is a specific kind of bonus though, so if you have anything else that goes over its competence, then of course it won't help.
Yuki will push or pull the door.
It is another push.
She will push the door.
I am looking at the southern room when I should be looking at the northern room. Alrighty. Following the explosive rune to the north through another metal door, the party will find themselves within a wider room that resembles a sort of church communal area. Pews are lined up next to the northern wall, while more pews are laid against the southern wall. The west wall is decorated with several bookshelves without any contents, and ends off with a large crate whose underside is missing, with more dust coming off of it. At the east end of the room is another larger shrine that lets off the same golden dust effect as the previous one, alongside a cylindrical stone object.
And be careful as you go in.
Can I just have like a general look around now that I've got see invisibility, just to see if there's anything that could potentially harm us in here?
Yes?
Ugh.
And now's the time for it.
Hmm. Yuki can't even get to the 50s.
Just tap his
From
card.
your position, as you just like arc your head around the room, you don't see anything cowardly hostile right now.
Well, seems pretty safe to me, guys.
I'll just be using the detect magic glasses just to.
As
look
you get to there, Yuki, your eyesight fails you, as well as Osa's. However, Iskandar and Joseph will enter the surprise round, even though Osa already goes to the surprise round because of her stuff.
And Yuki knows something that she needs to buy.
Not the sandals of preparedness or whatever.
It's like
Quick
quick reaction.
They are good. I mean, you got sprint shoes. They're pretty better.
Yeah, that doesn't allow me to act in surprise rounds.
Neither does the shoes. They just give you more actions during a surprise round. I get mine from my class.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, so
Class
I
thing,
also
let's-
get mine from my class.
Give me a second, I've got to add these things initiative in manually.
I need to beg to make my class stronger than it already is then.
No.
just make a level check. Fine.
Which one? Fighter? Or the
Both.
soldier?
Soldier is very strong.
Soldier is extremely strong.
Soldier is strong.
I wonder
Hey.
if you can go for hard veteran, to be fair, but Soldier's pretty better.
Okay, so as you come to here, Iskandar and Joseph, you will both notice that there are 4 small creatures hiding underneath these 2 pews here. Iskandar, you indeed move first in a surprise round.
Okay. Which
They are currently underneath the pews, so depending on what you do, they may have cover. Oh, total
Okay.
cover, rather.
which pews?
Oh, I'm in the wrong layer, sorry. These 2 pews.
Okay. You said there was just 2 of them.
There are 4.
Okay. Down this plane. And not let me do cool stuff.
I can actually just show you where they are on the map.
And if I can see them, can I knowledge them?
No. Because you already know what they are.
No, I know what they are.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No. My next
they-
weakness.
Are they Paleberry Kings?
Yes, they are Paleberry Kings.
King, weakest is will, but they can't be affected by state effects, can they?
They can't be affected by negative status effects, no.
And they're immune to holy.
However, a death effect is not a status effect, so if you want to cast death, that works.
Ah.
Well, it's impossible in this plane.
But I can't.
Ah.
I can't cast it here. Otherwise, I would have. In fact, I would have done that a long time ago.
It's a good thing you remembered, or at least reminded them.
Can I just ultimate that section? Would that be possible, or do I have to aim? Because the walls wouldn't allow it, would they?
What
Oh,
do you
actually,
mean?
I might be able to.
You can ultimate towards the floor, yeah.
No, but I'll catch everyone. Surely, it's a.
You'll
60
catch
foot
everyone.
radius.
Yes, it's 60 foot.
I just need to check something about spellbending. Then 1 second.
The only one no, it's still hit Joseph really. So yeah.
Wait a minute. So spell ward, reduce the spread
God.
or burst. Okay. Maybe. So with this ability, could I just take a square out that would be affecting the party? Or do I have to just reduce the spread?
Reduce the area or shorten current 5-foot increments. I'm pretty sure it'll just make 60 foot, 55 foot, not a 5-foot square.
Yeah, it's not gonna work in here anyway. Cool. I can't cast fire, wind, or shadow magic, can I? Okay.
In the case of your magic, those are things you cannot cast. Dark, elemental, fire, and winds, or necromancy.
And they're immune to enfeeblement. Okay.
It depends on what death spells you have, since you have all of the spell lists. There are some death spells that don't use dark or shadow.
I was gonna look at that up because
Yeah, a lot of them do.
it's
but-
dark and it brackets death.
Yeah, it
So it's-
specifically
yeah.
says it.
If you're just thinking like death level 9, yeah, that is dark.
No, that's the first one I found. I just looked up
There's
death.
a few others, but I can't get blue mage spells either. Blue mage isn't an option for me. And a lot of the fancy ones are in there. In that case, I'm just gonna. I can't really Ultima them because if I get a 60 foot out, there's no way to aim it in here without hitting you guys. So
Do you not have selective spell meta magic?
no, not yet. It doesn't normally come up that much. I have other spells that help because we're in this plane. I can't cast them. So
Do you not have that greater selective meta magic rod on you?
oh, I do.
Do you have it? Because do you have enough character capacity for those rods?
Yes, I do.
All right. It's just gonna. Well, you have a movement standard, yeah?
Yeah, so I can pull it out as a move, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull it out as a move, and as a standard, I'll just cast selective Ultima on them.
It would damage the area, but the shelves to the left are empty, so you're not going to really damage anything that's valuable.
Alright. Do that. I can negate up to 3 targets, can't I? So I should be able to move it so it just takes that use, won't I?
Let's have a look, see it's selective. It's up to your intelligence. Selective spell. Equal to the ability skill modifier used for the spell. So the spell uses intelligence because it's Black Mage, yeah?
Yeah, so it'll be up to 10, so that's fine. Cool. And do we get swifts? Just to
Yes.
clarify. Okay, as a swift, I will... Oh no, I can't quicken it and I can't maximize it, because... No, I can maximize it, because I'll use one of my
It's...
things.
Oh, your Archwizard thing.
Yeah, I'll just maximize it and then throw it in. So it's 240.
Okay.
That's pretty SR. Again, 20, okay.
Your SR's really helping you today, isn't it?
A little bit. And it'll be a DC 30, not a 32, or anything like that.
Ooh. Alright. DC 30, you say?
3-0. Yep, I haven't done anything extra to it. I could have, but I didn't.
One fella did save. So the last one will take 120.
Correct. And that's me done. I'll leave you guys to it.
You just hear a lot of yelps of pain as those guys pretty much just get disintegrated.
Woo, I'm useful.
Just double check. Yuki did not see them. Osa would be at the end. It goes to this one, who's gonna use his surprise action to crawl out and stand up. Joseph, you did see them, so have your surprise round.
Alright.
No, it doesn't look like he's gonna live for much longer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run up and smack him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, not draw stuff.
Oh, fuck's sake. You know, I was making my image maps for the previous stuff, and so many bloody little tiny dots just keep finding everywhere on my map. I've got to delete. It's both you and me though, because there are a lot of just black dots I've put around. Alrighty. So this little fella just crawls out from his bed, all singed, with his brothers all dead, and you just come up and stab him in the face.
Kind of feel bad now.
I don't, after what they've done to us.
These ones didn't do anything. They were just sleeping there.
They're kin.
Oh wow. I guess all humans are just backstabbing folks then, eh?
Some of us.
And as you get to there, it's not as threatening now because they're on their own. But 3 displays of rainbow colors appear towards the east and spawn out these 3 fellows. It's the wrong thing.
I'm off to get the tech chair. I'll see you later.
And it still does not work. So I need to add them manually. That guy's dead. Okay, and they appear as Joseph moves to there, so it's still a surprise round. So Osa, you can have yours.
Oh boy.
Does anybody remember what these are called again?
They are Elder Arcane Elementals.
Well, with the new prints on the board, I'm gonna keep burning through my rage. I'm gonna charge here.
Do you have the speed for that?
Oh wait, no, I can't. Actually, that's a good point. I'm just gonna double move over here.
Alright. This fella has a higher bonus than Iskandar.
By 0.1. Okay.
You don't know what their bonus is, I'm just putting it there so they're above you.
Oh, you mean the dex bonus?
Well, whatever, it's any bonus they have to initiative.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So the one that Osa moved up to is going to have their turn.
Their info is on the board now.
They are going to cast a spell defensively into the face of the one that charged it. Osa is blasted 4 times for 40.
Okay.
Then it'll go to Iskandar.
I'm going to kind of leave you guys to that. If I move behind these benches, would they provide cover, or is it just a case of blocking?
I assume you mean the southern ones, because, well, I think those ones are destroyed as well, because Ultima,
That was
yeah,
Roy, right?
Ultima would have destroyed those.
Can I take cover behind the destroyed wall? No. I'll just shoot.
You can, yeah, you can go back over there if you just want to leave the room.
Just to clarify, that was Roy, right?
Ruin, right? Yeah.
So yeah, your shield.
Yeah,
will
right.
take
Yeah.
damage.
Just remember
It's
that.
shield, right? Yeah.
Shield.
Yeah. I think you have 60 hit points in your shield res.
Should
Yeah.
be.
20 now after that blast.
So I might have to recast that after this fight. I need to save some MP really. And the staff is only 35 feet usually.
30 unless you have something that increases it.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the room, in all honesty with you. No, actually, I'll stay here. I'll just move to here, and I'll prepare a ruiner for if they shoot one.
Don't do that.
Why?
Immune to non-elemental.
It's full. Oh, yeah. You're right. I thought it was a false effect, but you're right, it's non-elemental.
That's why I posted the thing.
No, that's fine.
Iskandor is the gatherer of knowledge. Joseph is the reminder of knowledge.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something that's actually useful to use here that isn't incredibly expensive. And they're immune to, like, everything. So...
Do you have basic haste?
Basic haste.
For Yuki, so she doesn't have to use her boots or whatever?
No, I do not. I literally have nothing that's particularly useful. You may as well just crack on. I'll be here forever. I'll stay over here and prepare a staff attack in case if it gets close.
Alrighty. Yuki.
She's got to follow Osa's lead and charge up to this one and attack the same one.
They will attack opportunity you. And miss. You shall hit them. Let me double check. Yeah, you are doing less damage than normal, but you still do a lot of damage.
Good.
Braver's a single target, yeah?
Braver is a single target.
Okay. What damage is it? Is it just extra damage or non-elemental?
Let me check. It is... Nope, it's just extra damage.
Alrighty. Burning through those Mako energy points.
Slowly but surely.
Okay, it goes to the ones up top. And they are going to combine together and blast into Osa. Osa will be hit 8 times for 96.
Okay. Here goes my Shieldra.
One of them bifoots, one of them moves. Osa.
Still got temporary hit points, so no frenzy yet. That is the question, though. I could move up the other guy and get extra damage if I hit him. Or I could try with flanking with Yuki. I'm gonna keep on this guy. Flank with Yuki and full attack.
You're doing
Oh wait, no,
good
these can't be
now.
flanked, right? These guys can't be flanked because they're elementals.
They're elementals,
Okay.
yeah, they can't be flanked.
Well, never mind.
There is the cheat sheet for the stuff.
And instead, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna 5 step here and full attack the guy who came behind me. And how much bigger than me is this guy?
He is 2 categories larger.
Right.
The first 3 hits. The 5th hits. The bite will hit. All of them do less damage.
Cool. Now I need to figure out how much I heal.
Joseph?
Can I take a 5-foot step in when I would be directly adjacent to them, right?
Yeah, 5 step and you'll be adjacent.
Perfect, full attack. No precision or anything like that.
Correct. First hits. Second hits. Third misses, as does the haste. Goes to the elemental at the back. It's going to shoot towards Osa. And blast Osa 4 times for 45. As we roll into Iskandor's turn, we shall have our break here. And I shall sneeze.
That's
Yeah.
it. Alrighty.
And I shall be right back. Click the button. Have you done all the sounds? I heard myself. You just need to speak yourself. Jester. And then he left.
No, I'm sorry, I'm here. I was just turning off a light.
Okay.
Yeah, all sounds are back on.
Let's go back to Iskandor's turn.
Alrighty, so we can save his will. Taking a fair whack. Music's quite quiet for me, but I think that's just my volume set up, so I'll have that in a minute. You guys don't need any help, do you?
Nah, I think we got this.
Yeah, you're fine.
If you can get close enough to use your staff, that'd be okay, but not necessary.
Yeah, I'm thinking that one that's flanking Osa, I think, is in range. Well, it will be in a minute. I'll move to here. Yep. And I'll hit with stone, I guess. I'm pretty sure that earth worked last time. So I'll hit with the Swiss Army staff.
Need to slap a picture of Daniel Radcliffe on it.
It's an unfortunate damage roll, but yeah.
That indeed hits him. Earth, you say?
Earth indeed.
Takes damage as normal.
Alrighty. And that's it for me.
Yuki.
Yuki's gonna clap her heels together, get some haste going, and then is gonna full attack the one she charged earlier.
You need to take a bath because you are disgusting. Alright, the first, second, and fourth will hit. On the fourth attack, it will disperse. Do you want to attack the one above you?
Yeah, I'll continue to attack the one above.
The haste will hit him. Her. It. Alrighty. I take another turn order. It goes back over. These fellows are going to cast defensively, trying to blast down the woman who won't go down. Osa is blasted 8 times for 101.
Good effort.
I bet she says that out loud, like, just takes it good.
Nah,
Hmm.
I'm kidding you. She would if she wasn't in a rage and about the frenzy, but she doesn't really have the mental capacity to speak right now. What was that?
I'm sorry, didn't mean to talk over you. I was trying to say, did they cast that defensively?
Yeah.
Okay.
That it?
That is it from them, and it goes to Osa.
Oh boy. Just make sure she absolutely won't go down in this fight. She's gonna frenzy.
You could always get a crit. If you don't want a frenzy, that is.
Nah, I'm gonna frenzy. Cause I haven't frenzied yet in this place. Full attack this guy. Click through all my stuff on my macro. Well.
Okay. Your first 5 attacks will hit, and on the 5th, it will disperse.
I got 5 foot up.
Joseph.
Well, I'm not going to be very useful in this fight anyways, so I'm just going to try to tumble up to this guy and see if I can attack him.
Was that all the weapon attacks that hit?
Yeah, all the weapon attacks.
Yeah.
You successfully tumble.
I think that's the first time I've ever actually succeeded at that.
And you successfully strike him. Iskandar.
I was thinking about positioning. I think Shieldra is touch. So I'm thinking of just reapplying it. Just have a quick left check. That is skills, not spells. Sorry, the sheet's going very
One creature for
slow
2 levels, close range for Shieldra.
Oh, in that case I'll cast Shieldra because I can reach
Oh.
everyone.
The only one out of Shieldra is Osa, and I'm also raging, so I can't be a willing target.
Oh wait then, because we may as well use it after this fight in case it comes up again.
So I'm
Shield.
pretty sure.
Shield has no save or SR.
Well then.
It does not, no.
I'll double check if there is any on Pathfinder, but I don't think there is because it's a personal spell. No, there's nothing there either, so... I don't know if status... Oh no, Shieldra.
It says no save, no SR.
Well then.
Does it say that on
I'm just
Pathfinder
checking.
version? What's the Pathfinder version to shield everyone, if there is one?
I think it's just shield mass.
There's shield other,
It's not.
which
shield
isn't the
other.
same thing.
I'll find it.
Shield mass doesn't exist. I don't know if there is one. It might be a mythic thing for it, but yeah, the base spell doesn't say it has anything, so the shielder wouldn't have one unless it modified it. So I guess you could do it on OSIP again. It's only OSIP that's going to get it, and she doesn't really care too much.
Oh yeah, very true.
Plus, didn't Yuki lose hers way back?
Didn't know what?
Your shield.
Didn't you lose Shirta because of the trap?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
she lost all of her buffs back then, yeah. So I guess it's 2 people, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
No, I'll do it
Still.
after the fight. I think I'll just blast him. It probably will get cover, but meh.
It's huge. You could just shoot to its head and not have cover.
True.
Unless you want to shoot at its ankles.
No, I don't want to hurt my friends anymore. Although Yuki's
I don't know. That sanity meter is going upwards.
And it's just Earth again, unless I change it.
That indeed blasts the big fellow in the face with some earth
Unless
and goes
it's
to Yuki.
Who's got a full attack this thing? But actually, first is going to take her haste off as a free action, and then we'll full attack.
And I'm going to take my opportunist attack.
I don't want you to.
I mean, I already
Oh.
rolled it.
Accidentally did 587 damage. You indeed hit it. And with Yuki's third attack, that creature will disperse.
Nice.
Yeah, well, that's sorted.
Well done. That could have been a sticky situation, but we got there.
This looks similar as Joseph immediately just runs in front. Yuki will take a step back then. Jeez.
As he charges into the shrine, Holy Light feels him and he explodes.
Clearly loves whatever's in there.
Joseph's got haste on. Always.
Oh, so you've got fast healing at the moment, haven't you?
I mean,
Yeah.
I've probably got more movement speed without haste than you have with haste.
How?
I have stuff.
What's your move speed?
My base movement speed is 60 foot, and that is not
Oh.
including my fly speed. Oh, wait, no, my fly speed is also 60 foot. Yeah, I got 60.
Huh, okay. Yeah.
With
I'm just
haste, I
like-
can have up to 120. Right, or is it 90?
It's 90. You get plus 30 up to a max of double your base.
How do you have so much move speed?
Boots.
Boots. I got plus 30 enhancement bonus to my movement speed.
So
So
haste
then
would not
it-
affect
this
you.
wouldn't affect you, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I have 60 base then. Just always.
You have
Yep.
30 base with a 30 enhancement, which is the same as what I've got.
Pretty much. There you go, see, we're the same speed.
Yeah, I've got 50, which is just because I've got mechanical legs.
Well, technically then, how would haste work with fly? Because my fly base is 60.
Then you would have 90 fly? When
Most
you're
likely,
hasted?
'cause, if you have the boots that just give movement speed, I think it's base movement speed for those boots.
Yeah, it's just
boots are
movements. They're
Sprint
sprint shoes.
Yeah, baseline speed, so it doesn't affect your fly unless you have haste.
So my haste would bring my fly up. There you go. But would that make it 60 or 30?
What's your fly speed?
Your fly
60.
speed is still 60, so your hasted
Yeah.
fly speed would be 90.
Yeah.
There you go.
Iskandor and Osa just looking towards each other as Yuki and Joseph discuss their speeds.
Does he do this with every new person we meet? You didn't ask me how fast I was.
Not usually.
Yuki would look over his shoulder and say, Iskandor, how fast do you move?
His shoulder?
Her shoulder.
Apparently Yuki is gender fluid because he's referred to her as a he twice already.
Fair enough. I have a fair speed. He'll kind of roll up his trousers and show Yuki the robotic legs that he's got.
Yuki's eyes will widen.
I mean, most of his head looks robotic, to be fair, at this point, but there we are.
Also, making a note about Yuki's gender fluidity. When Jester first sent me the image, he says, "Here's the image for my guy." And I said, "You do know there's an image of a woman?" And he says, "Oh, I need to change my backstory."
Shush. Hey, look, I struggle, okay? I'm a guy playing a girl. I struggle, alright?
You struggle seeing that they have female features?
To be fair, in the Wednesday campaign, I always misgender my horse.
Well,
Yeah, but that's a different race.
Like plenty of male characters, and the only one misgendering them is the other players.
Right, let's just say that my brain...
And Modus doesn't even have pronouns, like it's gendered pronouns to get-go.
My brain is less
So what's your
developed than
excuse?
average humans.
So that drinking you doing bartending
Anyway.
courses.
Moving on.
Grab
Oh,
that
go
spear
ahead,
and let's go.
grab the rock. The
It's a cylinder, not a spear.
floating,
Yes.
floating
You
rock.
said spear earlier.
There's like one instance I wrote spherical and I changed that. They're all cylindrical in my notes.
Right, cylindrical.
But yes, it is a cylindrical stone key. It doesn't look like a key, it's just like a rod thing, but you know it's a key.
Let's move past the paste of those tomberries and these elementals.
Yeah, 3 of them are paste. One is singed with a Falcata wound in its head.
Should we check the other side as well?
Yeah, might as well.
You just
We
see
might
Got the
Yuki's,
key.
Yuki's
You don't need to do it, you've got the key, just
frustration.
leave.
She's just got to kick the door open.
Alright, you kick the door and it shutters, but you need to turn the handle, so...
You said that these ones don't have handles.
You did
They
say
do
that
have
earlier.
handles,
You
they,
did.
they don't have keyholes.
Okay.
Right, sure. Open it and then kick it open.
You
Just
pull
like
the
a
handle, put it in a jar, and then just kick it.
Pretty
Joseph will
much.
go up to the side and seeing what she's trying to do and just like put his finger on the door handle and push it down so that
Alrighty. Taking the 7 metallic door will lead you into a small room that shows signs of even worse transference of material. A corpse has been buried under rubble, and 2 more corpses are laid out at the edges of what seem to be teleportation circles. Between the 2 teleportation circles is a small chest that has a large portion of its corner missing and fading into golden dust as if it hadn't appeared properly.
this is where Jaster and Osis just say nope and leave, right?
Mm-hmm. Yuki's just got to kind of look back to Iskandor and be like, this seems like a room for you. I'll just leave you to it and just stand in the corner.
Iskandor will just look at Osa and just say, well, I suppose that's my cue. Okay. I'll turn on Detect Magic, the glasses, just for the cone, and have a look over 'em.
Yep. Well, the circles are definitely magic, and the chest also has magic inside.
Okay. I take it that... Would it be a leap to say that these are failed teleport? Oh, God.
No. He heard magic and he was like, I'm in.
You
55 for trap.
don't spot any traps on that chest.
Well, it doesn't look trapped.
Well, I'm more concerned about the fact that these are all failed teleportation circles, so you might reach for that and just lose an arm.
Have you got a ring of regeneration?
Fine.
Yeah, I do have the
Can
spell
you
regeneration.
float it
He
over
has
here
a
somewhere?
regeneration and loses the hands with the ring. He's lost it.
And not only that, but I don't get regeneration here because bad plane.
True.
It stops fast healing, not regeneration.
Oh, okay. Anyways, you want to float it somewhere else so that I can
I tell you what,
take a closer look at it?
just a weird thought. Back when Leonard lost a limb against the fight of the first sin, because he lost his arm, would he have lost his rings?
Yeah.
Well, he never did, so.
Well, the arm got blasted off of him. The arm wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, we picked it up.
Because we
You did pick
kept limbs, they
Yeah, you
just got
reattached
blasted
it.
off. Yeah, we just reattached.
Okay. That's alright. Anyway, continuing.
It wasn't immediate because Joseph only had one scroll of regenerate that he used on Osa. So, yeah.
Well, we found the Kurdash and his people who helped us.
Right.
Okay.
It's nice you remember their names.
Hmm.
I
Kodash was a good laddo, and he's still alive, which I'm pretty happy for.
In his original body, no less.
Do these bodies show signs of knowledge implantation, or are they just dead through failed teleportation?
You can roll a heal check to identify what killed them.
Alright. Do I need to roll the heal check, or is the bonus enough?
No, you don't. You just need to tell me you're doing it.
Alright, I will be doing it.
Alright. With a successful heal check way above the DC, you can identify that the two corpses at the teleportation circles died due to the environment before anything else got to them. The northern corpse died due to the falling rubble, though would have died to the properties of the plane soon after if they had survived.
Oh. So, whoever's or whatever is causing things to come here caused them to get here, and they didn't get here in a proper way, and it was bad for them?
Well, they might have evil alignments, because if you're evil on this plane, you take damage.
And if you breathe, you can't breathe here because there's no atmosphere.
Yeah, there's no atmosphere.
Yeah.
So they don't have to be evil to die.
No, but it would speed up the process, I suppose.
So I wonder if these teleportation circles would take us back to our plane or wherever they came from or on that plane. Can you figure out if they're interplanar or if they're just teleportation?
Feel free
Could
to
be
stand on one.
Knowledge Arcana. Yeah, Yuki, go stand on them. Have you got another character ready?
Yuki's not doing it. She was offering it to Joseph.
Damn.
Damn.
Alright. Both Joseph and Iskandar, you can tell that these are normal teleportation circles and not planar, so they would have not have been used to get to the Holy Plane, nor they could be used to get out.
Okay.
If you have Detect Magic, you can also roll Spellcraft.
Alrighty, I will do so. Do you need the...
Okay, yeah, no, the DC is really low. Using Detect Magic and Spellcraft will reveal that the teleportation circles no longer work, and that they are permanent fixtures through the permanency spell. Since the spell cannot go between planes, it is most likely that it was meant to teleport to a different spot on its original plane, but since it is no longer there, it cannot do that, and so it is dormant.
Okay, so we can't use them, and they're not currently active, I take it.
Correct. Normally, teleportation circles activate as soon as you step on them, but you're pretty sure if you sound these, nothing's going to happen.
Did Joseph actually search the chest or not?
No, we were just...
No, I was checking for traps.
Right, okay.
So
You can also
traps.
just see inside the chest because the corner is missing, because the corner didn't manifest properly.
Oh yeah, let's have a look.
Oh, yeah. Can I just grab stuff out of the chest from the corner? Is it?
You can put your hand in, but depending on the size of the things inside, you might not be able to pull them back out again.
Okay. Is it locked?
Well, if it was locked, since the corner's missing, you can easily open it.
Yeah, we'll pop it open. I was just concerned that we were going to get like a partial teleportation trap. Let's have a look.
I would never do such a thing.
I don't
Alright.
see how I'd be able to open it from the inside. Like, the lock is usually just on the outside, right?
Latches on the corners, on the sides rather.
Okay.
You will find these items that require spellcraft, and you don't need to roll, because at that point you don't need to do it. Okay. Inside the chest is a Laurel of Command, an orange prism iron stone, and 2 pale green prism iron stones.
They don't stack, do they? The orange ones.
Iron stones do not stack unless otherwise stated. If you want the links for these things, I can throw them in here.
Okay.
Essentially, the Laurel gives you the ability to give out a weaker variant of heroism. Somebody can only benefit from it once a day. The orange prisms give +1 cast level, and the pale green prisms give you a +1 confidence bonus on attack rolls, saves, skill checks, and ability checks. Though, if you do have any items that already give you bonuses to skill checks, a lot of the time those bonuses are confidence, so it won't stack.
Yeah, probably. I think heroism's competence as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is heroism not morale?
Oh no, it is. It is morale.
Oh no, you're talking about. I think you're thinking of
I think
Grand
about,
Destiny.
Yeah, Grand Destiny. So, okay, I think that's probably going to go to loot. In all honesty, with you, because I've got a prism already.
The orange one.
Is anyone claiming any of the other items?
I could definitely use a little bit boost to my attacks with the green one.
Can do.
Happy?
Yeah, I already have the green one.
I'm happy for others to have that because the first chest was mostly for me anyway.
Is anyone taking the Laurel of Command?
Nope.
No, because I've got other stuff on that slot.
Same.
So have I, so I guess group loot.
I've got that circlet of persuasion.
I think everyone's got that.
Yes.
I don't have anything on a head slot, but
Yeah.
Right.
You
Well,
do.
then you could use the Laurel of Persuasion then, Osa.
Laurel of Command, you mean?
Laurel of
Yeah, that
Command.
one.
No, we need to get a circle of persuasion. No one left behind.
No, Laurel of Persuasion is a completely different thing.
It just looks different, that's all.
Yeah. Do you want us to take a minute off the buffs?
2 minutes because you had that previous room as well.
Alright. Oh, careful. We're on 54 minutes to fly.
I need to
minute for
recast
my-
that soon.
That'll be a minute for my fast healing.
Yeah.
After the fight.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Alrighty, let's move on. I really need to get to tech secret doors.
Nah.
Well, come and put your cylindrical
Spherical
cylinder
cylindrical object.
into the wall.
If you try and put a spherical object in there, you're going to be transported to the Shadow Realm.
It's a good
Oh,
thing
I
I
think
have
you
my
probably
blue eyes white dragon.
Sadly, that card's banned in the Shadow Realm.
No.
That's fine, you'll have Black Eyes Red Dragon. The slightly less worse version.
Black Eyes Red Dragon. Is that a new
Wait.
card?
Wait,
Yeah.
What's the
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
That's
thing?
it.
Sorry,
I mean, there
Yeah.
probably is a Black Eyes Red Dragon.
probably.
I mean, I could just win the fight with the Karibo, right?
No.
If it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! The series, just pull a gun.
No, you pull out a finger. You gotta point people to death.
There you go.
Alrighty.
All the
Do you-
references today.
Do you place the
Post.
stone key
Close.
into the cylindrical hole?
I do.
Alright. Placing the cylindrical key into the hole has a similar effect to the previous one. as another compartment opens up in the middle. At which point, written on the wall are the words reuniting with those lost, and underneath are 6 dials, each with a selection of 10 different letters. From left to right, there is J to S, A to J, Q to Z, I to R, V to E, and D to M. The current layout is JAQIVID. IVD.
There we go.
Reive?
Reive.
This dog puts in Reive and he dies.
Yeah, revive.
Yuki puts in the word revive. The wall will jitter as it falls into the floor.
Well, that one was a lot
Leading
easier than the
into-
last one.
And it leads into a short corridor ending off with another similar wall and a metallic door to the north and south.
We didn't even have to break out Trap Master Osa for that one. Right.
So, flip a coin.
Yep.
Why would you flip a coin when both times you went north first?
Right, we're going south. Let's go.
Yuki looks at the door and see if it has a door handle.
It indeed has a door handle, but no keyhole.
She will open the door using the door handle.
Yes,
Alright.
We'll prepare, create the spell for the next ultimate fight at the door.
And then kick it open.
Alright, you kick Iskandor's spell open. Kicking the door open leads you into a L-shaped room. And almost directly in front of the door is a chasm going around at 20 feet downwards. And at the bottom, you can see that the floor has been broken away, leading into what you could assume to be a sewer system, but the water is still, and you're unsure if it's a fully formed part of the sewer system. And it's round the corner, you can see another chasm around at 20 feet, though it is lined with spikes.
Alright. We'll keep an eye
Yuki hovers and flies over the gap.
You fly over the gap, nothing happens.
out. Just be careful of any anti-magic. I'll fly over.
As soon as Yuki lands, she hears Iskandor say that and panics.
As you
That
fly
didn't
over
even
the
cross my
first-
mind.
As you fly over the first chasm, off towards the east, you can see 2 badly formed walls. They seem to be some sort of battlements, though none of the other part of the wall has been formed. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see a chest with its lids missing.
It's empty. Everyone turn around. Let's go.
Yuki puts her hand over the chasm to see if it's got an anti-magic field.
You put your hand over the chasm. You feel nothing because there's no air.
I'll just detect magic with the glasses.
I'm
You
just gonna see if
detect
my
magic.
rings turn off.
The only thing you can see that is magical is that the spikes have a self-cleaning property to them.
Oh, smart.
At least they have good hygiene.
How tall is this room?
The room is 20 feet tall, and the chasms go down 20 feet. So if you're
Oh.
above a chasm, there's 40 feet to play with.
I will go up to the ceiling.
Alright, you bonk your head.
Not quite that high. Just to the ceiling, not.
Now, you're trying to
Into it.
resist the gravity, so you put a bit more oomph into it.
I'll stay on this side. You guys crack on.
Oh, I see. Let the others go over the spike chasm.
Hey, if I die, I've got most of the revival stuff on me.
Iskandor, could you prepare a spell to attack anything that
No.
might pop up out of nowhere?
You cannot ready spells outside of combat, you just go into a surprise round.
Rude.
Yeah, I will recast Shieldra, however, though, seeing as we're all together.
I
Can't
don't
live with
need
that.
it.
It's more for force effects.
You
Right.
know, still want it, maybe.
Is it fading away or?
No,
No,
it's
they
because
lost it.
theirs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
so I'm
because
good. You
got
could just...
passively. Yeah, I got passively ruined so many times I just lost it.
Yuki flies over as everyone's chit-chatting.
Alright.
Alright, you fly over the chasm.
Just make sure
You expected something to happen, but nothing did.
Can I see down into the chest yet?
It's a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, the chest doesn't have its lid, so yes, you can see inside of it.
Can I see
From
anything in
this,
there?
from this angle, you can see that there is the heads of staves. Well, it's their name is staff, so you could say staffs, but it would be staves. There's staves in there.
Ready? Iskandar is just preparing to cast a rescue from the side of the cabin.
As you get closer to it, you can see that the bottom halves of the staves have not formed properly. So they are pretty pointless.
I'm gonna float on down to where I can see if I can just like pull one out and see if it comes through, but I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, you pull out a staff, you have half a staff. It can't do anything.
I pull out another half and I try to put them together.
Sadly, putting two halves of two different staffs together doesn't work.
It's just we hear the battle fate sound, like Darth Maul for double-ended power staff.
No.
Just over there chewing gum just to spit on it, spit it out, and try to jam these poles together.
Alright, you now have a makeshift quarterstaff.
Craftsman. But I think this will work.
Quarterstaff. I know one I cracked that needs one.
Yeah?
What? I missed it. What did you say?
Duct tape to repair it, and we also know a character who needs a quarterstaff, don't we?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, if you look at the quarterstaff, you see that there is a name inscribed on it.
Yeah, what's its name?
You want to guess what name it is?
Oh, I know what name it is.
Oh, then you know what name it is.
Okay.
It looks like somebody from a different plane lost this.
New quest. Return the quarterstaff.
Alrighty. Let's get out and have a look at the north. I feel like there's something in here, but
Yeah, but there's a half chest. There's some walls. There's a spike pit. There's a pit. Into
Did
the
anyone
sewers.
actually look behind the walls? The
Not
half-made
particularly.
walls. I feel like this is just a big room with what we're seeming to find with no purpose.
I mean, there is purpose. There's a death trap that cleans itself, and a way to go to the sewers.
yeah, we might need that.
Maybe.
Alright, let's head to
Are
the
we-
north.
You don't know how
Dancing
tempting
stuff.
Yuki is to fly down into the sewers just to see if there's somebody down there.
What was that, Sariosa?
I mean, we have seen signs that this place was just half formed, so it could be
Yeah.
just a result of that.
Maybe.
Fair enough. Let's have a look.
If I find out, like, at the end of the campaign when we ask if we 100% did the game, and finds out that there was something in that sewer, I got words.
You're gonna come back.
Yuki will come back to this plane if she has to.
She's gonna enter
You
the
sure?
game plus and come back.
I'm not running a new game plus game because no.
You're going to make
Because
Yuki want to fly down
you
those
entered
sewers in a minute.
The fight has ended.
How deep down does that chasm go down to the sewers?
20
Estimately.
foot.
Well, again, if it's like remnants of another place, it might just end up in like whatever version of a dirt wall of this holy plane is. Because like it cut short. Because it wasn't designed for this place as a sewer. You know? So it might just be a hole in the ground without any other purpose right now.
Yuki's
Also,
going
a
to
plane where things don't eat requires sewers.
fly down and just see if there is a bottom to this.
All right. You fly into the sewers. You're now in a very short corridor of sewers that ends off with just rock faces.
Yuki flies back up. Ah, well, that was a few extra gil in my pocket. Right, I'm ready.
Sadly, the sewer system is itself cleaning, so Yuki might have a bit of stench on it, but the area has no atmosphere, so you can't tell.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out when we go to a plane with atmosphere.
Yeah.
If there's no atmosphere, would the stench cling?
There's water.
I guess.
Let's have a look up north.
There's a metal door with a handle, but no keyhole.
Yuki will slightly ajar the door using the door handle, then kick it open.
Kicking open the door lets out a loud bang as it leads into another L-shaped room. This one completely devoid of anything aside from more chasms that lead off towards the east.
Ooh.
Come in, Joseph.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for the cylindrical object. Maybe this one's spherical. You never know.
Spherical!
Found it.
As you get to the northern edge, you can see that there are 4 chasms, and at the far ends is another glowing shrine.
Just stay back here, I guess. I'll just go grab it.
I'll just be ready to rescue Joseph if he needs it. Fire the spell.
As you fly over the chasms, however, the first one is going to activate, and
Anti-magic field. He's going down.
honey, we're going down swinging. Alrighty, Joseph, I don't think you have enough buffs for this, so all of your buffs are dispelled, and you fall into the chasm.
Can I rescue him?
Is rescue an immediate action?
It is a standard, but I did tell I was prepared to do it if he falls.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
Joseph lands on his ass next to you.
Are you alright, Joseph?
Just my pride.
It might be best to jump these.
Let the man with the no buffs
Well,
do the jumping.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can I get a running start, guys?
Let me get you away.
I'll give you a helping hand. Yuki starts clapping.
You know, for a servant of Bahamut, you are quite snippy.
All right. How many acro checks do you want?
I need 4. There's 4 chasms, so
I may be snippy, but I'm very respectful.
I don't need any checks from you. You have plus 40. Even if you don't get a running start, you're gonna make these. However, the first one, I'm gonna ask you to give me a reflex save, please. Okay, so I say the first one, the second one. You jump over the chasms, and the second one shoots out a uncountable amount of needles to the amount where there's several thousand. However, you're quick enough that you're able to dodge all of said needles.
Who put a cactuar down there?
I was just about to make the same joke.
What does the third one do to me?
The third one requires you to give me a fortitude save, please.
I'm still going to be affected by this one, I'm sure.
Okay, you survive the effects of that. And then for the last one, I need to make an attack roll. What is your flat-foot touch, if that makes any difference? Actually, no, touch. No, yeah, flat-foot touch.
It's the same as my touch. My touch is 16.
Alrighty. On the final jump, a ray of ice jumps to the ceiling, hits you in the back as a large amount of ice just goes over you. You take 81 ice damage and 1 dex drain.
Okay, so that means Osa is going to take 41 damage, right? Or 40 damage. I took the 41. And Dex Drain?
Yes, dex drain.
I need to look at my armor real fast.
How much fast healing would I have gotten before now?
Like a minute.
That was cold damage, right?
Yes.
Or ice?
Though I don't know if your resistance works in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Staunching magical property reduces hit point damage, ability damage, or ability drain by an amount equal to its enhancement bonus if any damage or drain was from a bleed effect. So this is not a bleed effect?
It's not bleed, no.
Okay. Okay. Is there an easy way to add that?
Add what? Drain? There should be a column for it if you click on show more columns.
There we go. Okay.
As for shield other, it doesn't know. It's kind of. It's vague. I don't know if it's really trying to imply that you still get your resistance. It just says the amount of damage not taken by the wood creature is taken by you. I could go outside the fence for that. Also, yeah, your resistance will come to play, so reduce it by whatever you would.
Okay.
Am I at least able to grab the stone key?
Yes, you can take the cylindrical stone key.
Okay, then I'll just make my way back over.
That you can, and nothing else happens on the way back.
Well, that wasn't very fun.
It didn't look very fun.
I mean, I'm sure it was more fun for you than it was for me.
Do you take your damage off your temp HP as well?
That got taken off a while ago.
Ah, okay. And you don't have fast healing, do you?
Nope, I continue to keep my damage. But I've got wands and stuff. Don't waste your MP.
Alright, that's fine. Well, at least we have that.
Agreed. Let's take it to the hall.
I will slide it in.
Just as before, another compartment shows itself as it reveals the words "not kin" and 8 turned dials with selection of 11 letters each.
Damn. If that second layer had an R in it, we probably would have got it by now.
Oh, if we could switch the last two, that would have worked too.
Why are you looking at the first door puzzle, Jester? Or the second one, rather.
I just realised I replied to your question, but I replied to it without my push to talk button. I was looking at the second puzzle to see if like the letter, like the number of the letter on the line would link up. So maybe I could figure out like the first 4 letters and then figure out the rest, but they don't.
Alright. I know this is a puzzle that Fish would hate to do because it's to do with letters.
Quick, get him back in.
Would this be something I could use disable device on if we can't figure it out?
There are a few things to go about this, but
Okay.
I'll give people some time to figure it out before I start giving out easy modes.
Well, what have your ideas been so far?
I don't have any that lined up.
Yeah, I don't have any that lined up. I was trying like all the family, like
Well,
sister,
what are those
brother.
that didn't line up? They might
I was
lead to
trying
something
like
else.
sister, brother, family, but none of those would work because that's obviously the opposite of kin, not kin.
I was going
Yeah.
to look for things like traitor, stranger.
I almost got
Ghost.
teammate, except for E and the T. The last two would need to be switched around.
Whenever anyone ever says stranger, I just think of the Resident Evil merchant.
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Good day, stranger.
Is that Verigar?
Kind of. When I do Verigar, I try to add more like Optimus Prime than that sales guy, but that is one of the inspirations.
Just out of curiosity, if you're turning the dials or anything, do they give like a like if you were listening closely, would you give like a different click noise if they were correct letter?
That would be a hint.
Okay, ignore me then.
But yeah, that would essentially be the disable device route of going about this.
Okay. Not yet then. I'm still working on something.
So the question is, giving you these ranges of the 8 letters of the word, does that make it easier? Having something to go off of? Or would it just been easier to give you all 26 letters for each letter?
It probably makes it easier
Because you've got yeah.
Yeah.
If you're trying to search for all 26 letters, that's much more of a pain than just trying to work upon 11.
Yeah, because that would
Yeah.
take so many different other answers.
Right, then I would have gotten teammate, and that would have just been wrong. So at least
Yeah.
this way we can eliminate non-answers.
Exactly.
Alright. You know, if it was going to be a case of being tunnel visioned.
I've been thinking about it the wrong way. I've been looking for like almost negatives of non-kin, like as in a almost adverse group, like a traitor, stranger, or incompatible, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. How about you guys?
I mean, you got the second one almost instantly.
True, but that was a little bit of a easier opening line, I think.
Well, this one only has 2 words for an opening line, so
I'm just trying to
not
think.
as much
Like
to go on.
the last two linked kind of closely because one was die and one was revive. So I would have thought this might have linked a little bit closer to it, but not kin, obviously not family. I don't really see how it links much.
Maybe they're your cousins.
Nah. Is that a hint?
No. It's just that some people don't see cousins as your family.
Yeah.
Is it outsiders? Wait, let me try it.
Outsider would link up.
Outsider would link up.
Yeah.
That would be a possibility.
I'm putting outsider in. My keyboard's playing up.
So you're changing the dials to read outsider,
Yes.
not outsiders, the plural.
Not outsiders. No, it was just I was count the letters out now, but yeah, outsider or outsiders, whichever one fits. Outsider, yeah.
Rolling the dials to read outsider, the wall will jitter and move into the floor.
Nice.
And it moves into a wide room devoid of the common stone you've seen elsewhere. And the only thing that lays within said room is a large shrine, though it is of a different design than the others. It seems even more otherworldly, as the others had a golden light. Instead, this one has a red mist seeping from underneath it. And in the middle of such is a black crystal.
I think we found the source of the corruption.
Yeah, looks
What
to me.
is this thing?
Keep your wits about you.
Let's have a closer inspection.
Before I go any further, I'm going to use a wand.
Spicy.
Would that have
Much
been another
better.
minute?
Well,
I mean, we were
depends
staring at
on
that.
how much of
I
a
had
role
lots of
play
time.
standing there you were doing.
I would say, I mean, we could use like 2 or 3 realistically. It's not going to stop any of our buffs.
I mean,
Also, I have no
Depends how
other
long
buffs
that
on
puzzle
right
would
now.
have taken us to do. I felt like we were standing there for a bit of a while.
Yeah. That's down to GM discretion, I suppose. I'm happy to take the minutes off, though.
I'll say it took you 3 minutes.
Alright.
I'll say that second gate took you 20.
Oh no, not my mage armor.
I didn't say what the 20 was. It took you 20 months. It was the hardest one.
Okay. 2. Cool. Yeah, let's have a bit of a closer look. Can I detect magic from here on it?
That you can.
And I'll spend the full 3 rounds on it.
Yeah. As you inspect the crystal, you can see that it has an overwhelming aura, and it has several different schools associated with it. If you use the spellcraft, you can identify that it is the inverse elemental crystal for fire.
Inverse?
Yes. So you have the normal crystals that you guys have, and then you have the darkness crystals, which would normally be akin to the both the underside of your world, or just the villainous side of your world.
Oh right, so this is almost like as if a hero of darkness would pick these up.
A villain of darkness.
Well, but yeah, that one.
A hero of darkness is
Yeah.
bit backwards on itself.
Well, it might happen the way we're going. Okay. Is it safe to touch? Do we know?
You've never encountered it.
Who has the fire crystal?
Leonard.
Yeah, that was Leonard.
Well, then I guess you can't do anything here. The game ends. You're just stuck.
Yuki's happy to go up. She can take a big brunt of damage if anything were to happen.
I also have got no buffs on right now because I got everything dispelled, and
Might be better with someone with buffs to take it in case it does do something.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Also,
will save.
I'm being affected by the positive energy. I don't think this negative thing would be good for you.
Well, Yuki will take a stand back and not take Joseph's shine if he wants to take it.
This is probably gonna hurt, and then I'll try to touch it.
As you touch the inverse crystal of fire, give me a will save, please.
Fucking knew it.
To be fair, I feel like I'd rather fight a Joseph than fight a Yuki.
The Grand Destiny is gone because of that stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the dispel.
Oh,
Well, look
That's
at
what
that.
you need.
very proud of you.
Okay. Iskandora's insanity meters is going to go up a bit. Okay. Joseph, as you take the crystal, it shakes in your hands as cracks start to form on its surface. The cracks shine a brilliant white and gold, as it is then seemingly whisked away from your hands and teleported away. The shrine loses its red aura, and it seems like this area is slowly starting to fade away back into its original form. And I need to give some whispers.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for the whispers before I try what I was going to try. So let me know when you're finished with those, please.
Alright, the whispers have been sent.
Okay. I am going to attempt to pull out my crystal that I got from the Earth Temple and try to see if putting my crystal up there might reverse what's happening here, seeing as that's a light crystal.
You can do so, but I'll say you're wary about doing it, so you don't let it go totally. But as you try and put it there, it doesn't float; it keeps falling. But you just keep grabbing it again before it hits the floor. Doesn't seem to do anything.
If it doesn't float on its own, then I'm not going to worry about it. I tried.
Does Yuki notice Iskandor's worried look?
Probably. You probably don't need to roll
Up to you.
perception if he's not hiding it.
No, he looks pretty openly concerned about it.
Is everything okay there, Iskandor? You're doing a weird thing with your face.
I need to look at Joseph when we're in a setting that isn't, well, like this. I mean, I can't examine him now.
Well,
Joseph, do you feel well?
I feel pretty good.
Come and see me afterwards.
That is the same energy as come to the principal's office.
Yeah, pretty much.
Similar to the lesson.
Right. Well,
Where's your hall pass?
let's take this as our exit.
Is it still glowing?
No,
Is
he
what
said
still
the
glowing?
red glow.
No, it's not.
Gone.
Like this thing.
Oh yeah, the red glow of the shrine is gone.
Okay. Well, it seems we've carried on our mission, but I don't know at what cost. If Osa's walking with me, I'm just gonna ask her while the other two run ahead. Just keep an eye on Joseph, please. He's always the first to get into trouble, and it seems like he might have bitten off a bit more than he could chew this time.
What do you mean? What did you see?
It's the knowledge. I can see it clearly now. I don't even have to look for it. Almost like the things we just fought. Just be careful. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
And he looks like he's sort of trying to work out. It looks like he's trying to work out a complicated math problem as he's walking forwards.
As you leave the cavern, the insides continue to fade away into the golden mist, and if you decide to look back at all, you can see that it is being replaced with the mountainous mountain. Though again, that's as close as you could really liken it to. It's just a big mound of light. And thankfully, the items that you took from the cavern are still in your possession, though as to why they stayed behind whilst the area did not, it's up to you to theorize.
It's almost like the temples. Do you not remember Joseph and Osa from the Sins trials?
Yeah, except for when we stepped out of those, they just disappeared. We couldn't see them anymore, right?
That's kind of what this did.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
starting
this
to
was
disappear.
slower.
Maybe it's the case of those temples were from a different plane, and they're just returning to them.
Maybe it's something less controlled than those temples we were at.
Maybe. It seemed less well constructed. Thankfully, there were no scoreboards this time.
That you
If you
saw.
look backwards at the mountain, you'll see a scoreboard.
Are you being fucking serious?
No, there's nothing there.
It just says Iskandor's insanity meter +1.
Okay.
No, that was a +7 from in there.
I like the first one.
The +1
sure?
was just from looking at back and seeing the board itself. The +7 is from inside.
When you do a double take, it goes to +2.
Okay. I should have replaced my entire brain with cybernetics. Moving on. Shall we go back to the monks? As far as I can tell, the task is complete.
Let's
I
do
agree.
it.
Let's make our way.
Yeah.
As we start heading back, you could just see Joseph like trying to make something work. It looks like he might be trying to cast a spell, but I don't think anything is working.
You okay, Joe?
Yeah, I learned some stuff from there, but I don't think I can use it.
What?
What kind of stuff?
So you know how that was like the inverse of fire crystal or whatever?
Yeah.
After I touched it, it gave me more knowledge. Like, I know all these spells now, but I don't really know how to cast them. I don't know if I have the proper energy to cast them.
I also kind of glances towards Iskandar before turning back. Iskandar did mention that he saw you gain more knowledge or something. Might want
Yeah.
to talk to him about it.
I mean, I feel fine though. I don't feel like there's like I don't have a need for more knowledge. I'm just trying to use what I learned.
Well, we don't know how this works or how we can afford those things inside there. May have been the same thing and it just gets worse with time.
I hope that that's not the case, but only time will tell.
I mean, I hope so too, but it's just weird.
It is. Iskandar, can you cast a basic fire spell for me?
He can't.
No, not in this
Not
plane.
in this
Oh.
plane.
Maybe that's why it's not working. As he suddenly remembers that there's no air here, so the fire does not work.
I've seen you making what looked like spellcasting gestures, Joseph. If we get out of this plane, I'm sure, well, to somewhere we can cast fire spells. It'd be interesting to see what happened.
Maybe. Do you have like that air bubble spell at all? But for like using underwater?
It goes around your head, so unless you're going to blow your head off, no.
There's spells that aren't gonna just outright kill you, you know? Like I know a lot of fire spells, and some of them are not very strong, so I'd be willing to hurt myself a little bit on accident, if that was the case.
I think it's best to do it somewhere you can cast them freely. It's... If you're adamant you want to use this ability and this knowledge, I would do it somewhere we can see the effects of it.
Fair enough.
I mean, we probably gonna be done here pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I don't even know if I have the proper energy to be doing it, because it takes energy out of your body to cast spells, doesn't it, Iskandar?
It does. I think you may be using your very life essence, though. If you don't have a way of storing magical energy in your body. Or there may be some other way that you do it. I don't know.
If you just teach somebody how to cast a spell and they don't have the ability to cast it, they just know how to cast a spell, they just know how to make gestures and stuff like that, that's not going to do anything bad to them, is it?
It depends. Magic is a very temperamental mistress. Or master, however you want to see it. It's caused problems before. One of the hardest things I've ever done is being able to cast different spells from different schools, should we say. It quite literally has shortened my life.
We don't know where that knowledge that you just got those spells came from, or how that works.
Yeah, and while it may have technically shortened your life to begin with, your life now is much, much longer than that.
True.
Just as a reminder.
It does, but it's, as you'll no doubt see, the majority of you are more robust than I am. That's the price I pay for high amounts of magic. Magic always has a cost. I'm just curious as to what yours will be.
Yeah, well, anyways, let's just keep going, I guess. We'll figure this magic stuff out later.
Alrighty. So what languages do you know that Joseph doesn't?
Did the orb change?
The orb has indeed changed. I don't know if at any point you could zoom in, maybe find a watermark, but I don't know if there's watermarks on the orbs.
Nope, didn't put them on the orbs.
He's got away with it.
Just as they're zooming in, and I just imagine him getting lost inside of it.
Make a will save.
Alright, as you all move away from the mountainside, thinking on the details of what has transpired, I do indeed need everyone to give me a will save, please.
I'm gonna use my destiny.
No.
Is that actually not allowed or not? Because sometimes I can't tell with you.
I mean, I'll let you, but I don't know if it really would be allowed. Because do you know you're resisting this?
It doesn't. It's really weird. Like, it's up to you. I can turn it off. It's not a problem.
No, use it. It's a weird case of it not being,
It's not, yeah,
in the wording.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know I'm making the save. So.
You can use it. It's magic. I mean, who am I to say no to your magic? As a GM, I have the right to, so I won't do it.
Would heroism run off for this? Because obviously our saves will be lower as a result.
Yeah, give me 1 second to whisper the ones it matters. Alrighty. The whispers have been sent.
And did the heroism come off for that? Sorry.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because it's obviously only 47 minutes. Would it, when we made the save, would it have still been in effect or no? Because that would have reduced our saves.
I'll take the ones I was given.
Alright.
So mine was off, but your guys' was all there.
Alrighty.
And if nobody brings up the topic of the whispers, Vizaka will approach you as you get towards the to where he was waiting. I welcome your return outside of that place. The taint has been removed from my senses. Have you succeeded in your mission?
I believe we succeeded. We seem to have gained things on the way, but overall, it seems to be finished.
Gained things? Did you fight creatures and gain experience through combat, or?
And items as well.
Along those lines, yes.
Items? I don't recall any items, though when the outsiders came here, they did bring many a weapon and item in their conquest.
I'll just point up to the Iowan stone that's circling my head, and I'm like, this is one of them.
Some of their larger kin had similar rocks.
How do you know what a rock is? There's no rocks here.
I have been tutored on some of the other planes. Though the concept of a rocky bed still eludes me.
What now?
A
Anyway.
rocky bed.
Would you lead us back to the monks?
I think they were referring to a bedrock, which is, yeah, okay, I understand.
Vizaka just says what Vizaka says. Yes, I can lead you back to the monastery. The Gogsfault will know if the taint has truly left this plane, or if it still lingers in an abscess somewhere.
On the way back, Joseph is going to do his absolute best to try to explain bedrock to Vexaka.
Roll me sense motive. Alright, he does that normal student thing where he says, yeah, I get it, but you know he's going to go to his friends one day and just ask for notes because he really did not get it.
I just keep going then. Would that be knowledge, nature?
If you're trying to explain bedrock, it'd most likely be knowledge, dungeoneering, because that's to do with rocks and caverns and whatnot.
Would it not be geography?
I mean, geography is the
Geography is
location of things, but it gets kind of muddy.
True.
If you like the pun.
Indeed.
But yeah, you can pretty much explain, in your idea, a pristine explanation of what bedrock is, but in a plane that doesn't really have a concept of a rocky substance or any sort of like floor that isn't able to be moved through, it's hard to get your head around without being there yourself. It's like explaining to a blind person what the color blue looks like.
Right. Makes sense.
And moving it back to Maradorma, any buff that isn't ours would have gone by now. And the city seems to be abuzz with activity. Many of the Severati have come out of their homes and are conversing once more and going about their daily duties, though it's hard to recognize what they do on an average day. You know they don't eat or sleep, so There's not really much rush to their activities, though many people seem to be discussing the most recent events. I would ask for perception, but you'd all get it. You can make out several conversations talking about the outsiders that invaded their realm, as well as your group. There are a few people that are worried about your existence, but since Gulksvault has, well, you can assume they're talking about Gulksvault. They speak in their actual names, which you can't really understand even through tongues because it's just a mess of light. But they seem to accept that the eldest knows what they're doing, and as far as you can tell, they don't really question what he says. And I'm sure a lot of you would get the higher DC as well, but you'll also notice that the person that Joseph killed has already been reformed, and they're about a foot tall at this point.
I will go up to them and I will apologize profusely and let them know that I did not intend to actually dismember or destroy them like that. I don't even know if they're going to remember me.
Do they even
It doesn't
understand
seem
you?
like they remember you. They'll accept the apology because they still know the concept of their being, but it doesn't seem like they remember you personally. And
Also,
you will
question:
make
did we get any experience from any of those fights, or are we getting experience through a different way now?
You feel like you've forgotten something.
Okay.
Returning to the monastery with Vizaka in hand, in tow, however you want to say that, you'll see Gulksvault is still standing atop their carpet-adjacent material. Welcome, outsiders. It seems your duty has been completed. I hope you did not find issues within that tainted area.
Yuki's got to sort of look to Iskandar, almost like a hint to say, do we mention anything? Or like, does Yuki have permission to mention? She'll like wait for a nod.
He'll just... He'll say we came across a few things, but as Yuki will be able to explain, it wasn't anything we couldn't handle, and kind of give her a meaningful look.
Yes. Inside, we were encountered by a few creatures that were clearly not of your plane. But they were all sorted out, and as I'm sure you can feel, the taint on your world seems to have gone now. Though, upon searching for the taint, we found what looked to be a type of crystal, to which one member of our party touched and appeared to have gained knowledge.
Knowledge? Did the crystal speak to him and tell him of a new feat of combat?
It didn't say anything per se. It just kind of put a bunch of knowledge on how to cast spells into my brain. But only fire spells.
I have my own knowledge of these fire spells, but only of the shouts and swears of the outsiders that came here, complaining they could not use them in our plane.
Yeah, I tried to use a couple of them myself, but I forgot that there's no air here.
Sadly, I have the memory of many material beings trying to come here or being forced here and not surviving for much longer than a few moments due to our lack of air.
Yeah, none of us need to breathe, so we're okay on that front.
I had assumed as much. You seem to have no difficulties walking amongst our plane, aside from your itchy attitude.
As he brings it up again, I just like glare around and then just like I start itching again. Why'd you have to say something?
I love the roleplay there. You
Yes.
sound like you're actually itching in real life.
Yeah.
I was just for the sound effects.
It's got sandpaper nearby.
So yes, as you can tell, our mission seems to be complete. So our time here was short, but it seems to be over.
We thank you for your assistance on this plane. And it seems like the taint has either all gone or is in its passing. If you require aid of us, feel free to send us a message through whatever means you have available. We will try and make contact with your employer. Perhaps we can form together to make a reward of some sort.
Link shells do not cross planar boundaries, do they?
They do not.
Okay.
How do we explain to Gotswold that our employer was a deity?
We just let them figure that out.
You can't really explain it. To be fair.
Exactly.
It's part of the contract.
No, you can say you are a hero of light of X deity. You just can't say
Okay.
anything else about the contract.
Well, yeah,
Well-
just tell.
The three members behind me, are all heroes of light from the deity of Minerva, while I resign under the deity of Bahamut.
It is no wonder you found no difficulty walking amongst our plane, then. We have had a hero of light of our own in the past, though many only really see Alexander as any true deity, the only one that has shown their form within this plane. We are blessed to have such individuals as yourself come to our aid. Extend our thanks to the deities that are your patrons. I suppose we will try and contact Minerva for rewards.
You may indeed do so. Thank you for your patronage here, and we wish you all the best.
Vexaka, thank you for leading us to that place.
It was my pleasure. Now that the taint has gone, we can return to our meditations in peace.
Yuki will sort of look back toward the party and be, so, I guess we now need to gain the attention of our deities to traverse us of where to go.
Yep. Why don't you hold on to our hands, and then we'll just grab our crystals and see if that'll get us to where we're going.
Would it work like that?
I don't know. I'm not a deity. I did not design these things.
I mean, I'm sure I can just go to my planar of Bahamut, and I'm sure he can also transfer me back over to your deity.
That sounds inefficient.
I mean, Yuki will grab onto Joseph's shoulder then and just see if it works. Well, no harm in trying, I guess.
Joseph will blow out his crystal. I'll actually move to put Yuki kind of in the middle of the group.
Oh, bit cozy.
Allow my crystal as well.
Yuki will
So,
like do a small little prayer to Bahamut, just wishing for safe travel.
Alright, as you pull out your crystals, you'll all see a movement within the pocket of Yuki's trousers. As Yuki, you can feel that obsidian sphere that Bahamut gave you is moving.
Yuki will pull out her obsidian spear.
And with everybody's crystal in hands, you all form into beams of light and shoot through the ceiling, though thankfully it is not destroyed.
Weren't we already beams of light, essentially?
In the plane? No, you were in your material form on the plane.
Oh, okay.
And as you shoot out, you see the sphere of the elemental plane of Holy start to shift further and further away. A portal opens up within the mass between the spheres of each plane as you go back through the planar teleportation. As you are shifting through the planes, on your side you do see a circling crystal. To your memory, it looks to be the exact form of the inverse crystal of the fire. Though you're unable to touch it in your light forms, it follows with you as you go through the planes.
Is it following me specifically, or is it just the group?
It kind of like orbits your group as you're moving through, so it comes near you sometimes,
Okay.
but it's not there all the time.
Yeah, that's fine.
And as you are shifting through the planes, you feel your bodies start to be overflowed with healing energies as you recover all of your HP, MP, ability damage, and drain, and any status debuffs are removed. You're also treated as if you had a day of rest, so any daily abilities are given back to you.
Damn, I need to learn that spell. Oh, I know that little widget.
Widget?
That little turny thing from Seeds.
I used it for the crystals before.
You did, thinking about
Yep, yep, he did.
I only have so many crystals I can have that are animated, so... And as you are shifting between the planes, instead of going back to the material plane, you feel yourself shunted to the sides as you start to approach a new orb in the distance. Instead of the yellow hue of the one you would come through, and the blue hue of the material plane at the distance, you are transported in the direction of a sphere that is tinted red. It's possible it may be tinted red due to the crystal's influence, or it could have always been red. But as you approach it and get through its spherical exterior, you feel as if it's going to take some time to fully form in this plane. Possibly a week, as we'll end the session here.
Dude, I feel like the crystal is pulling us there, the inverse fire crystal.